I'm just getting out of the way, guys. I'm in a new efficiency vibe right now.
All right.
Because I'm, that's number one. Number two, Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian held hands on a roller coaster. Guys, I think our simulation broke. I think it broke. I think the simulation broke.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Caissie, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Happy week.
How
was your Halloween?
It was chill, it was chill.
Yeah, you don't have children.
Well, Lincoln did dress up. He wore a number of costumes throughout the day. I did sort of insult him because he came in to my room at one point in what I thought was his third costume, but it was just his outfit. But but it was just a sweater that was a little out of character for him that he had borrowed from his dad. But yes, Lincoln dressed as Captain America. He and his girlfriend did Cap and Peggy. He also did a little Ted Lasso early in the morning before he shaved his mustache off to be Captain America. And we had trick-or-treaters, I guess. We just put the candy outside because we, no contact delivery. And it was gone. So we had either one very greedy trick-or-treater or a number of not so greedy trick-or-treaters.
A ton of them.
Yeah.
That's
How
cool.
about you? How was Harry Ween?
Harry Ween was hilarious and fun. And I was by myself and it was ridiculous. I didn't have anyone to go with me.
Yeah.
And I was having a little bit of oh no, am I going to cry right now? Jesus. We just started. It's minute 2.
You can cry about Harry Ween at minute 2.
It's not about Harry Ween. It's just that I just don't have my friends here,
Yeah. I know.
And it's hard. So I was I'm just gonna go with the teens.
Yeah.
And so it was me, and then one of Birdie's other friends, I had wrangled some tickets.
Yeah.
And then one of Birdie's other friends wrangled their own ticket. And so I was just me and 4 teens in the pit at Harry. And as soon as we got there, they were we need to get closer. And I was I do not need to get closer. And they were bye.
Oh my gosh.
And so they went in,
Yeah.
and I stayed on the outskirts, and it was so funny. So I you saw what I wore, my Queen of the Rodeo.
Yeah, it came out
ensemble.
great. It came out
It did.
great. Yeah.
So I got that suit, that black little polyester suit was a little Western suit that I found at the New York Vintage Fair on Friday. I went with Michelle.
Yeah.
And we had a real vintage fair experience together. Old days, the old days,
Nice.
old days of friendship. It was so, because one thing, oh no, I'm going to cry again. Oh my God. Michelle and I, when we were young and broke, well, she wasn't broke when I met her, but I was. But we did love to go vintage shopping together when we were kids, and so it's always so much fun. And I hadn't seen her in so long, and I was really happy to spend time with her. And she could not come with me to Harry Ween,
Yeah, she's got a little teeny baby. Not teeny, but
yeah.
How old is that baby now?
He's almost a year, I guess.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So,
Well,
no.
Wait. Oh my God, he is over a year.
Again, how are you supposed to keep track of how old anyone is? How, I mean, you're not,
Matilda just turned 16.
I know. It's wild. It's wild. Well, I love that. I love that you got to see Michelle and she was able to help you get ready for Halloween, even though she had her own
and then I went
little kid Halloween duties to attend to.
Yeah. And then I went and I got a bunch of trim and stuff, and I made the made my full costume. So then the kids left me. Harry came out as Dorothy. It was a whole Wizard of Oz thing. It was so fun. Oh, wait, the Orville Peck. I forgot to say. So Orville was amazing.
Yeah.
Madison Cunningham was amazing.
Oh, great.
But this girl standing next to me, Orville Peck was like, looked over at me and she was like, your costume looks like you go with them. Like the band.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And she's like, maybe he's singing to you. And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's not.
That girl probably threw up on herself later.
Ma'am, he is gay. But I also saw a girl that was so fucked up in the pit that was like, she was probably in her 20s, I would hope. Okay. I think they were in their 20s, these girls.
Yeah.
They might have been in their 30s, to be honest.
Yeah.
I will say, no judgment.
Yeah. We've all been fucked up
Shocked
somewhere. Yeah.
That no judgment about that. But also like, no judgment about what I'm about to say.
Oh, okay.
Shocked that I was not the oldest person in that pit by a long shot.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Like, there were ladies that were there standing behind me who were like legit in their late 60s.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's New York, so it's a special kind of like unexpected person. But like my friend Jen's mom is like, I don't know, maybe in her 60s, maybe like her, I don't know. Who knows how old people's mothers are, right? But this woman is nuts for Post Malone. She's always...
Shut the fuck up. That's not true.
She's always like...
That's not true.
Yes, Jen is always posting a video of her mom who's like, you know, like just like a mom. Like if my mom was like... And she's always like, oh, Jennifer, quiet down. My Postie's on television. She is crazy for Post Malone. Like, I mean,
okay.
I love it. I guess maybe that's like also a function of the internet now, is that like maybe different kinds of people are exposed to things that they normally wouldn't have been. And that also probably includes like ladies in their 60s who love Harry Styles, Orville Peck, and Post Malone.
Listen, I just felt like TBH, you know, I was going to have fun, even though I was by myself.
Yeah.
And so I decided to just dance it out. I had to get away from some of the kids I was standing near. It was too much.
Sure.
So I just kind of backed up a bit. And I had like a great view. And the show was really fun. And Orville was amazing. And Harry put on a great show and sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow at the end, which was like very special.
Yeah.
And I met this funniest thing. A couple people came up to me in the pit. Like a few people came up to me in the pit to say hi.
Sure.
But the funniest thing was that I met two friends that were there together, but who were not together at different times in the show. The first friend I met, Brian, I met like right in the beginning, before maybe even Orville played.
Okay.
And I knew he was with his friend.
Yeah.
But they were separated. And the friend wanted to get up close. And so whatever. And then toward the end of Harry, right before the encore, this guy came up and stood next to me and held his phone. It was so loud. I literally think I'm upset that I didn't wear
earplugs.
Yeah. I fucked up hard.
Well,
that was a mistake. Because I, for the last 2 days, have been like, what?
Yeah, you have like that residual ringing.
But he came up, look, and he held his phone up to me.
Yeah.
Do you see this?
Yes.
And it said, just wanted to say, love the costume. You're a queen. Your book was my everything. Seriously, hope to discuss early 2000s TV with you one day.
Aww.
Isn't that sweet?
That's
and then
so
I was like,
sweet.
Are you Brian's friend? He was like, I am. And I was like, I met Brian earlier.
That is hilarious.
I had a feeling.
That's hilarious. I love that. There's something sort of like melancholy and bittersweet about doing something really cool by yourself, you know? Like whenever I go to a show, which is very rare, and you know, I'll only go to like a Prince related show. I always gravitate toward watching the person that's there alone because they're just like, to use a phrase that is overused, living their best life. They're just enjoying themselves, enjoying it on their own terms. They're not worried about what anyone else thinks of them. They're not beholden to what a friend who might have come with them wanted to do, whether the person wanted to like stand somewhere else or sit down or get there too early or leave. You're just there. You're doing your own thing. You're enjoying it. People are coming up and interacting with you maybe more than they would had you been with a friend. And so while it is sad that you didn't maybe have a friend on the East Coast to go with you, it's also like, I'm glad that you went, and I'm glad it sounds like you held your own and had a good time.
Well, I didn't have a choice. I mean, I had to go. There was no fucking choice. And in fact, I do have to say, like, I did wake up that morning with like the sniffles. You know, it was my first week back at work.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went to that vintage festival and I was like, oh, fuck me. I
Yeah.
woke up. Birdie had a cold. I took a COVID test. It was negative. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think it was, I literally got like the
Yeah.
sniffles
Right.
from the weather changing. And I was like, is going to the fucking Harry Styles concert the best thing for me right now?
Right.
And then I was like, there's no option. I have no choice. Like,
Right.
I am chaperoning 4 children. I
Right.
double mask. I wore N95. I mean, I was negative COVID wise, but I wore an N95 and a cloth mask just to protect myself even further.
Yeah.
Caissie, one of my good friends in LA got COVID, fully vaxxed, and is really sick.
Oh,
and
no.
I know. I'm really upset about
You
it.
must be worried to death. Yeah, a classmate of mine from all throughout school. Actually, we lost one of our classmates, and there was just like a big memorial for him over the last week, and I was sad to miss that. But also another classmate got it, and he's recovered, but now he has a really bad case of pneumonia, and he's like, again, like we've heard so many times, like, this is no joke. You do not want this.
I talked to my friend yesterday, and they were like, what the fuck is wrong with these people who aren't getting vaccinated? I'm fully vaccinated, and this is how bad this sucks for me.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, Jen Psaki in the White House got it.
Yeah.
It's
Well, this is why I think the boosters are imperative,
yeah.
because I think what's happening is a lot of people who were on the earlier side of getting the vaccines
Yeah.
are now at that
Yeah,
moment
or like having
when it's wearing off.
a dip in immunity. Yeah. I mean, it's hard because we're at this point where we want this to be over so badly, and it's just not. It's not over yet, you know? And so, yeah, if you're eligible for a vaccine booster, I guess get out there and get it.
Yeah, and then just also pay attention to when you are going to be eligible.
Right. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed is people don't seem to be aware of like what's happening in their local area.
You could you're probably eligible because of autoimmune.
Mm-hmm. I got it. I got the boost.
Oh, you already got it.
Yeah.
Which, can I ask you, did you go Moderna or Pfizer? Were you Pfizer? Did you go, tell me what you did.
I got Pfizer this time because that's the pharmacy was like that I went to was like, we're not sure on the mixing yet. Like there's no, but now
my doctor told me to get Moderna.
Yes.
I had Pfizer before.
Yeah. The mixing is supposedly increases like the efficacy of the vaccines. If you've had one brand, if you change to another brand, it sort of gives you like a broader coverage. So I think next time I get a booster, I'll try to get Moderna. But at the time that my doctor sent me to get it, the pharmacy was like, we don't know yet, so we're just going to give you the same one. But I was just happy to get anyone.
Yeah,
and I got 5 vaccines in the same day.
Wait,
when
what?
I went,
what are you talking about?
Because I got like flu, shingles.
Wait, are you? But wait, tell me this: Are you allowed to get the flu shot and?
Yeah, they gave it to me because I asked while I was there. I was like, I'm the kind of person that like, if I made the effort to do something, if I put on makeup, I'm taking a photo of myself. If I get my ass to the pharmacy to get a COVID vaccine, yes. So I was like, what am I at my age? What am I eligible for? What am I due for? And can I get them? And so,
Okay,
I got.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Because now you're my doctor. Sorry.
Yeah. That's okay.
I feel 87%
Yeah.
not sniffly,
Okay.
but still a little snotty.
Uh-huh.
So should I wait
To get flu? Or
to get either? I too have an autoimmune now. That we know.
It's true. I don't know. Are you ever gonna be not sniffly? I think that you should ask.
That's a great question.
You should ask someone who knows.
actually a doctor?
Dr. Seema. We can ask, but
Let's ask Dr. Seema.
yeah. But
I just want to get. I'm on that fucking set, dude. I just want.
Yeah, you wanna get-
I'm just.
yeah. Yeah. I've been
wait.
really lucky because in the past I've had jobs like when I worked in the nursing home, they would send people around to give you your vaccines. And I used to be really scared of needles, which is ironic because I'm like tattooed all over and pierced all over. So it's ridiculous to be scared of needles. And that's what people would always point out to me. But then when I went to work at Letterman, we would also have a nurse come and give us all flu vaccines. So I was like in the habit of getting the vaccine, but also having it like brought to me, like as like a
Fancy.
service, fancy. Yeah. And so just the fact that like I get myself to Walgreens or whatever to get a vaccine, I'm like, whenever I'm buying toilet paper, I just drop that toilet paper in the aisle and go back and check what vaccines I'm eligible for.
That's real smart. That's great. Just always a great tip from you. Olive and June, Olive and June, Olive and June. I feel like that's a new good thing for Olive and June, don't you? I don't know. Guys, you know how much we love Olive and June's Manning system. It is the answer to salon perfect nails at home anytime. Caissie puts that nail polish on and listen, Olive and June says it'll last 7+ days, does not chip. Caissie has hers on sometimes 2.5 weeks without chipping. I am back to my, long fake nails for the TV show, but I'm using that Olive and June polish on the weekends just to give myself a little fun because I love the polish. And with the Manny system, it's so easy to paint your nails at home and it's like actually very soothing. And if you think you can't possibly paint your nails yourself because they're going to look like they were painted by a child, this is where Olive and June's genius Manny system comes in. Everyone is like, oh my God, I love your manicure. Where'd you get your nails painted? At my house with my Olive and June Manny system. It's all the tools you need in one box. It's 5 steps and it comes with Poppy, which we love. It's the little brush handle that makes it so easy to paint, like sort of steadies your hand. And the Manny system comes with 6 polishes and it breaks down to just $2 a Manny. Guys, come on. The polish is amazing. And I am getting the Manny system for several people for Christmas. I'm very into it. And now you can get 20% off your first Manny system with our code BEST, BEST. So your new nail life is here, guys. Get 20% off your first Manny system when you use the promo code BEST at oliveandjune.com. We're done with expensive and bad Mannies. This is the new us. Go to oliveandjune.com and get 20% off your first Manny system when you use the promo code BEST. We love it. You're going to thank us. Your nails are going to thank us. I'll love you. Faria, 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 Faria. You guys, I can't even explain to you how much I love Faria. Sex is good. We all should be doing it all the time. You want to make it even better? You want to make it great? Everybody should be having great sex. Great sex is so important. And so many times, especially I feel like women are just like, yeah, it's fine. I don't know. It's okay. Whatever. It's fine. No, this is it. This is where Euphoria is like sex goes beyond pleasure. It unlocks a whole new level of wellness and self-care. And that's why you need Euphoria in your life. Okay? What is Euphoria? Euphoria is using all natural, plant-based ingredients to intensify sexual pleasure and relieve discomfort. Euphoria makes products that are going to transform your sexual pleasure, especially if you have a vagina or you are loving someone with a vagina. Euphoria's bestseller is the Awaken Arousal Oil, and it's the ultimate pleasure pregame. It's an oil That's like a little warm up, helps you get really turned on, increasing your pleasure, deepening your orgasms with a partner or solo. It uses CBD and warming, sensation-inducing organic botanicals that enhance arousal, sensitivity, pleasure, access to orgasms, and help with any discomfort. And best of all, it just turns you on, guys. Awaken arousal oil and sex oil are the perfect combo. Get into it. Foria has a serious cult following. I'm in it with thousands of people who have had their sex lives transformed. And Foria is offering a special deal for our listeners. Get 20% off your first order by visiting www.foriawellness.com/best or use code BEST at checkout. That's FORIA wellness.com/best for 20% off your first order. I highly recommend trying the arousal oil, the Awaken arousal oil, and the sex oil. You're going to thank me later. Okay. I want to talk to you about something that I'm obsessed with.
Yes, please.
Newly obsessed. I am like 99.9999% sure that I have overpaid for everything my entire life.
Oh, no. What makes you think that?
I think people see me coming and they're like, this is the price. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I'm on a different journey. First of all, my buy nothing new journey.
Yes.
Which going to the vintage got a lot of new clothes, guys, but they're not new.
But they're not new. They're new,
old.
New to you.
They're just new to me.
I was inspired by you too. I replaced my wallet with a vintage, a pre-owned wallet, and it was inspired by you. So, you know.
I think this is a fun challenge for me, and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
This buy nothing new challenge. Okay. Now, over Halloween with the kids, did I have to make a couple exceptions? Yes, I did. For instance,
you had to buy fringe.
I did purchase what I did buy the fringe.
Yeah.
Wait, but you know what I did?
What?
Remnants, baby.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So I did get a bunch of remnants for the fringe stuff, but the letters I had to buy new.
Okay. All right. That's not bad. That's
for the
not
back
a whole
of the
outfit.
jacket. Had I really had time to, I don't know, look online or something, maybe I would have been able to find the letters.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Letters are not a whole outfit. I'll allow it. Not that I'm the judge in this situation, but I mean,
no one's judging. This is the thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that I'm like keeping a mental track
Good for
of
you.
what I'm spending money on, or what I'm buying new and where it's coming from and whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, the point being, really, really on this. And here's what I'm saying. When I'm saying that I think I've overpaid for everything, I have always liked old stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I have bought a lot of like old furniture. Here's a question on my buy nothing new plan. Does a floor model sale count?
I think, well, that's not new really. And it's,
right. They're getting rid of like a thing that would be maybe trash, I guess.
Yeah. Or somebody will buy it, but it's not like it already had like a life and a use. I
didn't
feel like
order it.
Yeah. I feel like it's already in existence. It's already out there. It's already been manhandled by several people. So,
Here's what I'm running up against in the new, like thinking about the stuff that I need for the house.
Yeah.
The new place, not the rental that's too dark. That's giving me, I don't like the vibes in here.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm burning
all right.
a lot of sage, but it's just not working for me. It's like really upsetting me. Curtains. I'm having a hard time with curtains.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time because what I want to do is, I have the sofa that was in my dad's house growing up.
Yes, yeah.
It's like a mid-century modern, but it
Yeah.
needs to be recovered because it's it's the original fabric from the 50s.
Yeah.
The Paul Macabre, and also my grandma smoked.
Yeah.
So
Right. So it needs it.
so I need to get it recovered. Like
Yeah.
it can't exist as it is.
Yeah.
And there is like dead stock fabric options, but it seems very difficult to find enough yardage.
Yeah.
And it seems very difficult to find enough yardage in a thing that I would want to have in my house.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this in terms of like what it is that you're trying to do. Like the issue with the fashion is that someone in a shop somewhere probably far away in the world who's underpaid and not paid a living wage has been made to make this garment for you that you're going to wear a few times, be photographed in, and then, you're going to put it in the back of your closet, or you're going to throw it away or
sell it on my Poshmark Mark sale.
Well,
Yes.
that's not as bad because then that's going on to like another life. But the issue with the clothing is that it has like a short life. It has limited uses. And, as you said, you like to like express yourself with different fashions, whatever. So sometimes clothing uses a lot of resources, including human resources. And then it doesn't go on to live like its long, successful life. But what you're proposing is...
But also same with furniture. I will say that because I think people buy a lot of expendable furniture.
Yes. So what
you see it when you walk down the street in New York, by the way.
Yes, people put out their furniture all the time. So what you're proposing
because it's not
is...
it's not like heirloom pieces,
right?
Or whatever.
So what you're saying is you want to buy some yardage of fabric to recover this furniture that's been around for a long time that you plan now to use again for a long time, and like it's in your family and it's an heirloom, and so like that is not that bad in my opinion. I think like the thing, you can watch out and look out for if like the fabric's environmentally friendly, if it was made in an environmentally friendly way, or is it something that like stands up to being cleaned and doesn't need a lot of chemicals to clean it, things like that. You know what I mean? But like,
I actually, okay, this is
good. You're not asking children in another country to sew these slip covers for you.
Not. I actually found a female-owned business in Brooklyn. This adorable woman who does makes recovers furniture.
Oh, great.
I found her online and I'm going to hire her to do it.
Amazing. That's so great. Yeah. Upholsterers are so
talented.
They're so talented, and there's not a lot of them out there now. So if you find a really good one, and people always complain about what it costs to like reupholster something but it's like one of those things where you got to pay people what they're worth. Like that is a lot of work, and a skilled upholsterer does a beautiful job.
An artisan,
yeah. And it's like, when you think about it, like if you pick up some kind of like vintage sofa for a couple $100 and you want to get it recovered, you're not talking about like it's what you would have paid for a new sofa anyway, and someone's going to give it to you, and it's going to be like new, and it's going to be exactly what you always dreamed of. So I think that's a wise investment in comfort and happiness.
Here's what I'm going to say about this whole journey anyway. I do think that it's not necessarily even about not buying anything new, but maybe a little bit about that, but also just about like buying smarter.
Yeah. I think
this is what I'm hearing you give back to me.
Yeah, I think that's really wise. And just, I think a lot of us, and especially, and this is not shade to anyone, because a lot of my friends have, they just have lives where they're really fortunate and they have a lot of expendable income, but I think almost sometimes that's a little bit of a curse, because you buy something because you can, and you don't really think about it for a long time. And then you're like, oh, I hate this thing. I got the wrong thing. Like I chose too quickly. And, so literally, I bought a sofa once that I loved so much, and it was because this woman had 2 custom sofas designed for her home and didn't like measure carefully. And so she wound up with like 2 sofas that didn't fit in her home. And she was that kind of woman that could like afford that, to buy 2 non-fitting sofas. And
Wait, can I tell you something? I was just reading because I'm like just so obsessed with like all the design stuff right now.
yeah.
And I was reading some article on Dwell about some fancy lady, and it was like, it took 5 different sofas before she found her perfect one. And I was like, bitch, who fucking has the time, money, or energy to order, buy, and like try out 5 different fucking sofas
Right.
in your house? What?
Well, that's what people do,
They want
right?
cheap ones.
That's what people do. They fill up their lives with like these obsessions, like this needing to do this. And it's like, also, you could have just kept your original shitty sofa that you didn't like, that you wanted to replace, while you carefully looked for the sofa that was right. You don't need to be fucking Goldilocks trying every sofa in your house.
Well, listen. So this brings me to what I'm now obsessed with. There are some like sites that I have like shopped on. This is like replaced porn for me. No, but I'm not like a person that ever has been like, but that's like, the saying.
Yes.
Like,
It's something that you're consuming.
You guys, I wasn't like literally saying this is replaced porn. I was saying
it's
whatever,
like
it doesn't
porn
matter.
to you. It's like
Sure.
porn is to people who like porn.
Like, right. There's nothing else that I can think of.
It's your porn.
That you would get into so compulsively.
Yes.
So obviously there's First Dibs and there's Cherish, which are 2 sites that people, dealers, legit antique. And First Dibs is a little bit, I would say, a bit high,
fancier.
They trade in fancier, higher end.
Mm-hmm.
Not even necessarily like, I mean, sometimes the stuff is like you can find the same stuff on Cherish and it's less expensive, right? But
yeah.
But I've long been a fan of both of those antique furniture sites, okay? But sometimes, I've like thrown down. I've thrown the fuck down for some antique vintage fucking furniture. I enjoy it. I like it. I've whatever. Been in my life, as you are just describing before, where I've just been like, okay, that's the price. I'll just pay it.
Right.
Recently, I discovered, maybe it's because of, it probably is because of COVID. I'm sure it is. Now I'm thinking this, guys, I'm walking this through while I'm
thinking it
telling the
through
story.
as you're telling it. Yeah.
I have found 2 online auction houses
Love it.
that are aggregates of auctions all over.
Yeah.
And holy shit. That's where all these motherfuckers are getting their furniture from. And then they're marking it up 4 billion %. And then I'm the sucker that's buying it.
Well, because that's a job, right? That's the job, is like finding it, going to get it, cleaning it up, curating it. It's like, that's a big business.
It is a big business.
Yeah.
However, if you know what you want,
Yes. You can just
you
look.
can just go
Do you know
to
about Olive Craig's?
No.
Olive Craig's is the entire United States Craigslist.
I'm sorry, what?
So you can just like, I'm looking for like a framed Whitco ship piece of art. I find one in Duluth, and then I'm like asking my friend Philip, who lives in Duluth, Philip, can you go buy this ship for me and just keep it in your house until I come to Duluth again? And that's how that goes. That's how that goes. Or like,
That's how that goes.
Can you ship it to me? But yeah,
But also, couldn't you could just find a guy with a fucking truck
yeah, sometimes
if you wanted.
Sometimes I'm cheaper than that, so But yeah, Olive Craig's. Can I also tell you a little teeny secret about First Dibs
Yes.
and Cherish? Those are both great
Yes.
sites. I think those are mostly frequented by designers, maybe who are playing with someone else's money, maybe for the most part. But a lot of times I'm not even saying like the same item, like similar, like two different items of the same item. I'm saying the very same item. Say Joe is selling a dresser. Joe will often list it on First Dibs, also on Cherish, also on Etsy at 3 different prices. And Etsy is always the lowest price. And you can often find something that is simultaneously listed over on First Dibs, also on Etsy for a much lower price.
I didn't know Etsy. Listen, I'm learning a lot, Caissie.
I'm happy to tell you.
All I'm saying is that like I maybe have been overpaying for things. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think I've been getting the price that's the overprice.
The first dibs price. Because when you think about it, like first dibs is like, it's probably more highly curated. You have to dig through Etsy more. You have to dig through like a number of like tote bags where somebody stole the saying from something they saw someone say on Twitter or whatever. You know what I mean? Like Etsy's full of so much stuff, but first dibs is much more curated. Like, you know what you're getting. It's only furniture there. And it's like they have a highly knowledgeable people that work there that know exactly what things are. When you're looking on Olive Craig's, like I like to do, sometimes you're looking for someone that doesn't know what they have. You know what I mean? Kind of like people are just like, I don't know, I have this fucking ugly thing from my grandmother's house and I hate it and I'm going to sell it on Craigslist. So you have to like, you can't just like shop for the name of what you're looking for. It's not always helpful.
I see.
You have to like get creative and be like brown, ugly, ship art, because that's what someone else thinks of it as.
Right. And you're like, this is
my holy
whatever.
grail.
Your holy grail.
This is my porn.
I'm just like, I can't get over it.
I think it sounds so fun. Are you like using it to like wind down at the end of the day, just looking through auction sites?
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's good. I think it's
I really like it.
It's it's your Candy Crush. It is
my Candy Crush.
It
is my Candy Crush. I used to actually love Candy Crush though too. Just FYI.
Oh, see, yeah. I
just loved it.
I feel that. I feel like that's an exciting thing. It's like your new hobby.
Well, this is fantastic. I'm on Etsy now, and the whole world has just opened up to me.
What are you looking?
You've lost me. You've lost.
What
me.
are you looking for on Etsy?
Well, I did get like a really great dining table.
Oh, great.
At a good price. But that was from like this vintage place here in town.
Yeah.
And now I want to get like some Seska chairs.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
To go with it.
Uh-huh.
And I've been looking, and you're right. This is so much. This is like definitely the exact same thing.
Sometimes it's even the same pictures. I appreciate the people that take different photos, at least for, but it's really like First Dibs, Cherish, and Etsy are a real Banana Republic, Gap, Old Navy situation.
Wow. No idea. No idea. No idea.
Well, there you go.
Wow. Well, I'm just here on Etsy now. And if you guys need me, have a great rest of the podcast.
Message me on Etsy.
Just give me a what's up on Etsy, guys.
Oh my God.
I did go. Oh yeah, there's just such good stuff everywhere. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Do you ever feel like, let me ask you this question. Do you ever feel like as you've matured, are there times when you're like, oh, this thing that I really wanted, like I thought about it for a couple days and I don't really need it. Like how would I use it? Do you make yourself want something for a long time before you, or look for something for a long time before you get it?
Maybe. Kind of. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like in this moment, I'm sort of like on a journey because, well, first of all, also I feel a little bit stupid that we shipped all our fucking shit out here. But it was also just like, it was just a product of
the speed,
the time.
Yeah.
No, I think it was the time. COVID.
Nobody knew what was happening. Yeah.
I didn't know what was happening, and like, I don't know, but I probably I probably should have estate sailed that fucking shit. Like I probably should have just estate sailed my whole house.
Yeah.
The amount of money, guys, is not to be I mean, I don't understand how people afford moving unless you just sell all your stuff and start over. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Outrageous.
It's a lot. It's the kind of thing where you can't even really think. I mean, we didn't buy too much new stuff when we moved into this house. We brought a lot of our stuff from the East Coast, but even the stuff that we did buy, like, you just can't think too much about what's happening because it's just a lot. Like, every time you turn around, you need a mop, you need a bucket, you need an ottoman, you need Seska dining chairs. You know, it's a lot.
Yes, but also just like I was actually specifically referring to the price of that the movers charge, like how much it costs to move everything, and then like also my stuff has been in storage now for like almost a whole year.
Yeah,
so it's just kind of exorbitant. It's
a lot.
Wild.
Like, did you feel like you had to bring everything because you thought that you were gonna miss it if you didn't have it? Because you're very sentimental.
Yeah, and like some of the stuff, the people who bought the house, like they kept it or whatever.
Or they put it on First Dibs.
I swear to fucking God, if they fucking put that shit on First Dibs. I almost lost my shit when I thought that they did that. I don't know if they did. I'm over it, guys. I don't have any, like, I'm not holding on to anything. I've like let that go, which is great. It only took me like, a year. But no, it wasn't so much that. It was like I just didn't know I literally didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you didn't have time to think. And also, like, what would have been the point of thinking when we didn't know what the world was, And
I just felt like, it wasn't even about like that I'm going to miss this stuff. I did miss like my stuff, like my tchotchke stuff.
Yeah.
Like my stuff that like makes me feel like I'm in home, like in my home.
Yeah.
But I didn't necessarily miss like a bed frame or something, like I missed like the pictures and the books, like my books, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And now half of that shit's in storage again, and I feel really fucking weird, and I don't know. It's just hard.
I don't think you can let yourself continue to feel stupid about it because like you just did the best that you knew how to do at that moment, and like it's been hectic and
and like thank God I can afford it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like thank God I had a job that was like, here you go.
Yeah.
This we'll just here's this money for you so that you can pay this.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous storage cost.
It's a lot
for all this furniture while this other house is. I don't even fucking know.
It's a lot. Just don't forget your storage. I feel like that's a lot of people do that. They put stuff in.
Well, no, we just don't have a permanent. We don't have a permanent place yet.
No, I know, but so many people are just like they get storage because of that reason, and then next thing, that's how storage wars happens. Because people are just I forgot that I had that storage.
I saw a storage container on one of those auction sites, and it made me sad. I never watched Storage Wars. I don't like it. It makes me sad.
It's sad, and also I heard, I don't know if this is true, and now like Storage Wars fans are gonna come at me, but I heard that they sometimes like put more interesting items in there.
I'm sure
so
it's
that the
fake.
show
Everything's fake. We know what television is.
Right,
come on.
Right. But I will say this friend of mine, who is a Prince fan, one time he was like, oh my gosh, I was invited to my friend's parents' house for some event or whatever. And they were like, oh, we have something that we want to show you. And it was a bunch of Prince's items because he had let a storage container go. And so the father like had collected a number of Prince artifacts, important Prince artifacts. And they just like gave him one because they didn't even care about it. Anyway, but that's what happens when you just put a bunch of stuff in storage and who knows, you just forget about it sometimes.
I mean, it's fucking wild. I can't imagine that. Maybe you guys, if you had so much stuff, maybe.
Yeah. When I worked for Dave, we were always putting stuff in storage, and we had a pretty good system for like keeping track of it. But I mean, like, yeah, it was mostly like business stuff and old like tapes and stuff. But I just remember wanting to keep meticulous track of it because I'm like, well, obviously, like this is being saved for posterity. I don't think Dave gave two shits about it, or else he probably just would have kept it in his house or whatever. But it was like important to all of us for some reason to hold on to everything. And sometimes I still think about it. I'm like, I hope all that stuff we put in storage is still being kept and is being treated well. Old videotapes of Dave.
Sometimes healthcare for women is unnecessarily complicated and life can be stressful. Your access to healthcare shouldn't be. Luckily, getting birth control is one less thing you're going to have to worry about because with the Pill Club, you never have to make a trip to the doctor or wait in line at a pharmacy again. Do you need to renew your birth control prescription? Do you need to switch your birth control? Maybe try some for the first time. Whether you know the brand you want or you want help finding the best option, the Pill Club medical team has your back. So listen, the Pill Club is a birth control subscription prescribed by medical professionals and delivered straight to your door for free. The Pill Club carries over 120 FDA-approved brands. Most brands of birth control are free with insurance or Medicaid. Otherwise, prices start as low as $7 per month without insurance. The Pill Club delivers birth control to your door for free in discreet packaging. Why is discreet packaging so important? Well, I'll tell you why. Sometimes you live next door to somebody who's very nosy, or sometimes you live with, I don't know, your parents, and then you just want a little bit of privacy. You know what I mean? You don't need everybody knowing your business. Right now, when you go to thepillclub.com/busy, the Pill Club is offering a $10 donation to bedsider.org for every Busy Phillips is doing her best listener who becomes a patient. Your donation is going to help low-income individuals get access to birth control through bedsider.org. It's an awesome organization. That's thepillclub.com/busy to get your first birth control care package and donate to help more people in need of affordable birth control. Remember, thepillclub.com/busy. You got to use the link to make a donation. Guys, have you gotten into the hard kombucha train yet? Getting into it, getting on it, get on it, get in it, get on it, and get some June Shine. I am truly obsessed. June Shine is better for you alcohol. It's made with real organic ingredients. And unlike other alcoholic beverages, they're transparent about every ingredient they put into their products. It's 3 grams of sugar. It's low carb, full of probiotics, brewed with only real organic ingredients. And it doesn't leave you with that, like, I'm too full after drinking feeling. And it gives you just like a very nice, light, bright buzz. June Shine is sustainably produced, 100% carbon neutral. What? They donate 1% of all sales to environmental nonprofits. Their brewery is powered by 100% renewable solar. What? They also plant trees for all the trees that are used to make the 6-pack boxes. What? It's amazing. I love it. I love it. And my favorite is the grapefruit Paloma. I don't know if you're into that. If you have tried June Shine, I suggest that. I like the Midnight Painkiller as well. The Blood Orange Mint. And if you're a person who's like, oh, I don't like kombucha, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by June Shine. It's not like a kombucha that you are thinking of. It's like very light and refreshing, and it makes you feel less bloated than beer, and it honestly better the next day. It's been a thing that I've like started going to a lot, like for my, happy hour drink with dinner. It's just really, really delicious. Anyway, we've worked out a special deal for our listeners. Receive 20% off plus free shipping site-wide. I think you guys should get into the variety pack so that you can just like try all the different flavors decide what your favorite one is. Go to juneshine.com/busy or use code busy at checkout to claim the deal. That's JUNESHINE.com/busy. Juneshine can also be found in over 10,000 stores across the country, including Whole Foods, Safeway, Kroger, and Publix. But I like it delivered straight to my doorstop. Doorstop or doorstep, now that Juneshine has nationwide shipping. So go to juneshine.com/busy. Guys, you got to be 21 and older to drink. Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did you send a thing that your normal rundown thing?
Yeah.
Where did you send it to?
I texted it to you.
I wanted to see what you put on here because I do. Oh, because I knew there was something I wanted to talk about.
What?
First of all, it was announced today that I'm going to be performing with Girls Five Eva at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh my God, that's only 3 weeks away.
In 3 weeks, your girl is going to be lip syncing her fucking frozen ass off in front of millions and millions of viewers.
So
It's
exciting.
a dream of a lifetime come to fruition. Me at the Macy's Parade.
I would come see
so
you,
excited.
but I'm afraid of the Macy's parade. So because I don't like those balloons.
Yeah, I also am afraid of the Macy's Parade. So let's just thoughts and prayers, guys.
Well,
Thoughts
at
and
least
prayers.
you'll be on a
so
float
that's number one.
and not balloons adjacent.
Do you think
hopefully.
they're going to need to chain me to that float? You know what I mean? Just to make sure that I don't fall off.
Yeah.
'Cause what are the chances?
I mean, good.
I'm also going to be a fucking icicle. I'm going to be so cold.
You won't
I
feel
already
it when
hate
you
it.
fall off. No, you're going to have a great time. It's so fun. It's iconic. But I just personally don't like to see those balloons.
It
in
is
real
iconic.
life. Yeah.
It's iconic. I'm super excited. I've never even gone to it. I watched it since I was little.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
so excited I get to be in it.
Oh, exciting.
My mom, it's like my mom's dream in life to see it in real life.
Yeah.
And so my parents are coming.
Oh,
It's
great.
the whole thing.
That's so
I know,
great.
it's cute. Okay, that's number one. I'm just getting out of the way, guys. I'm in a new efficiency vibe right now.
All right.
Because I'm, that's number one. Number two, Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian held hands on a roller coaster. Guys, I think our simulation broke. I think it broke.
You think
I think
so?
the simulation broke.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Also, by the way, did I tell you I met him at the Nets game
Pete Davidson?
when I went to the Nets game?
Oh, no, you didn't mention.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it?
So I went to the opening of the Nets game with my friend Bonnie.
Yeah.
He's fine, but he is gigantic. Like the tallest person I've ever, I had no idea. He's like deceivingly huge.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm a tall person. I'm not
Yeah.
a small person. So
Yeah.
me to say that somebody's tall, he's like as tall as a fucking basketball player
Oh,
is all I'm saying.
Wow. That's so weird. Huh. I would have thought that he was like maybe
It's weird. I found his height
disconcerting.
I found his height disconcerting.
Yeah.
Also, now picturing him with Kim, that's insane. Like she's a peanut.
She is very little. Yeah.
She's little. She's a little peanut.
Yeah.
And he's like gigantic. Anyway, but bless, I think that it's all gone off the rails. Did you see this thing that Jessica Simpson posted? The photo, the candid photo of herself from 4 years ago, the first day without alcohol. Did you see it? Are you looking at it?
Oh, wow. Okay. She looks so different. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It doesn't even look like her. Huh. Well, I am glad for her. It seems like she feels like she's doing a lot better. She really she has a very lengthy caption under the photo that she shared on Instagram. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I feel like not drinking is the new drinking. I do feel like not drinking is like a vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's like it really is sort of I haven't been drinking as much.
Yeah.
And I feel so much better.
Well, it's kind of like what you were saying
so
about the
many
shopping, right? About like conscious drinking versus not conscious drinking, you know? Like it seems like you're choosing when to drink.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I am. That's exactly right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because I actually, you know, when people really struggle with alcohol, that is definitely a vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's not a vibe. You guys, I'm sounding like an asshole. You know what I'm saying? It's like alcoholism is a legit fucking thing that people struggle with.
Yes.
I'm more of the like lazy ass, like drinking kind of person. I don't know.
Or
whatever.
Because it's there and
I'm bored or whatever.
and it's what you do,
you know?
and yeah.
But the more sort of aware and conscious I've been of it, especially post Hoffman, I feel so much better. And like I enjoy my glass of wine.
Yeah.
Or I actually haven't been having that many margaritas. Whoa.
Oh, wow. That's a real change for you. Yeah, because, well, margarita season is much shorter in New York than I feel like it is in LA. But yeah. And
Can I tell you what I have been enjoying instead?
What
My
have you
new
been
drink?
enjoying instead?
What I had the other night with Michelle. A Chopin vodka martini, a little dirty with 3 olives.
Okay. All right. That's a very sophisticated.
Just like feel like that's my vibe.
Yeah. I always feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to like try something that I never had before in terms of a cocktail, like taste something that I didn't taste before and share it, you know, with my husband. But yeah, I think it's just fun to sit down, have one drink, but I'm drinking a lot less too.
I do enjoy, I also enjoy like non-alcoholic beverages, and I feel like that's like on the rise. This is why I'm saying I sounded like an asshole when I said not drinking is the new drinking, but there is an uptick, there is a trend toward sober curious and like people who aren't drinking as much and these like non-alcoholic beverages but that are still like fun. And there are a couple stores now that have opened in New York that are carrying those beverages. You know, it used to be like if you were the sober one, right? You would be like, I'll just have a club soda with a lime.
Right.
And now there are all these like a cucumber, lemon, verbena, fucking with a sparkler in it. Like it's, you know,
there's this
non-alcoholic.
There's this place in Minneapolis, 5 Watt Coffee. It's my favorite place because they treat coffee almost like a cocktail. And so that's like my 2 favorite, you know, it can still have a recipe. It doesn't need to have alcohol in it. So you just go, if you look up the menu for 5 Watt Coffee, it's like, they'll put bitters in a coffee and like honeycomb and just all kinds of things. I've
been enjoying soda water, bitters, and like lemon.
Everything's
really
delicious.
Good.
And I think it's partly just like the feeling of like treating yourself, you know, you're just like treating yourself to something that's a little more than just getting a glass of water out of your fridge water dispenser, you know?
Also, I do remember when I was saying post Hoffman, I was putting kombucha in in a wine glass. And drinking it.
Yeah.
I really like the kombucha in a wine glass. Sometimes I can trick myself into it being a bev. and sometimes I'll have a bev.
Yeah.
And instead of opening another bev, I'll just switch to my kombucha.
Switch to kombucha.
And then I'm like, gut health, check.
My son Lincoln is like, he is the best at like kind of indulgent self-care. And he has long been, since he was a child, he's been drinking his milk out of champagne flute or martini glass every night at dinner.
Birdie puts Coca-Cola into a wine glass and drinks it at dinner almost every night.
Yeah, he's always, every drink goes into
Is that Eli?
No, Lincoln.
Oh, interesting.
Lincoln loves a fancy glass since childhood. But yeah, just give yourself a little fancy glass. Put a little umbrella in it. Whatever it is.
I'm going to do it. Anyway, I still am smoking pot too, guys. It's not like I'm on like a sober journey. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I was thinking about how I reference when in our interview with Jordan Alvarez and Stephanie Koenig, how I reference that I got high and watched their movie.
Their movie.
Spy movie.
Yes.
Spy movie, which comes out December 10th, only on YouTube. Which I loved. I'm such a huge fan of those guys. And it was so nice to talk to them. Like, I don't know. I just, like, they're however much younger they are than us. Almost 10 years, I guess.
Probably.
Yeah, like 8 years younger or something.
Yeah.
And just the way that they want to make stuff, they just fucking make it.
Yeah.
You know? And they don't have any like pretense about it. Like when Stephanie is talking about how they made this feature film, and it's like genuinely great. That movie is genuinely great.
Yeah.
And like, I know people who have like really gone almost like insane trying to make sure every detail of their film and spent so much money making these movies. And I'm like, this girl is over here doing it on her, you know, for free.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And making such an entertaining and awesome movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really into their stuff. I'm really into those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. They're super cool. I think it's probably just because she doesn't seem very precious about it, you know? Like, I think there is some value in knowing that you're a creative person, you're always going to make stuff, and every single thing that you make doesn't have to be perfect because it's not going to be the last thing that you make. You know, it's like, this is how I feel about people ordering in a restaurant, by the way. You know, my most hated thing are people that fucking go back and forth 80,000 times in a restaurant about what they want to order. And I'm just like, bitch, you're gonna eat again. Just pick like a thing that seems...
No, Caissie. She did not. She did not.
Thing that seems kind of interesting. And if it's disappointing in any way, you'll be okay. You'll be all right. You'll make it to the next time. And
but that's
you can
the thing, like,
get the pot
dude,
pie next time.
But here's the thing. Like, I do think that the film, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
The film and TV industry is just like ruled by precious bros.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And also,
who are like, it's brain surgery. And that's why we can't hire any women to do it. They don't know how to do this very specific kind of brain surgery. We're like, it's not
brain
actually
surgery.
Brain surgery. I didn't need to go to USC to learn how to use Final Cut Pro. I mean, Stephanie talking about how she taught herself Final Cut Pro and like professionally edits all of their stuff. Like, that in and of itself is like, yeah, guys, guess what?
Yeah.
You don't get to hold all of the keys to the kingdom and all the cards and say that it's like so difficult and exclusive that nobody can get in.
Right.
When it's like, you're just going to watch some tutorials on YouTube and I got it.
Right. Right.
And she's also, by the way, exceptionally talented. I'm not saying that she's not. I'm just saying that there are lots of ways in which this industry gatekeeps.
Yeah.
Well, she keeps out extraordinarily talented people.
She took her talent and then she learned all the things that she didn't already know how to do in order to like show off her talent. You know, it'll be very interesting what happens going forward when there's no more argument for like, well, you just don't have the experience. You've never done this. Because I think that one thing that is discouraging about this industry is like the bullshit reasons that people give you for things. And so I think we're getting to a place where the bullshit's getting kind of thin and it's, you know, almost see-through.
The bullshit's been thin.
The bullshit's thin. So like
it is a vellum.
Before,
it is a vellum. It is tulle.
When people could tell you it's full of holes, when people could tell you some legitimate sounding reasons for why something wasn't going to work out, now they're just like, you know, I don't know, just giving you this thin bullshit because people know what they're doing more. So, so it's interesting. And it's easier to be like, oh, it's just bullshit. I almost kind of wish that people would just be like, hey, this is not for me. Like this is not, it's not a thing that I'm interested in making, but I think you're cool. And thanks for sharing it with me and good luck to you, instead of like coating you with that thin bullshit.
Ugh, but I don't want it. I don't want it. I reject it. I reject it. I don't want it. I have other thoughts and feelings and things to talk about, including the Supreme Court hearing opening arguments today about SB 8, the Texas abortion law that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But should we listen to the interview first?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Guys, I'm going to tell you a little story. Sometimes I'm on set and I'm like, really need to brush my teeth and I want some mouthwash and I don't have any. And then now I have Bite and I love it. Bite toothpaste is incredible. Makes my teeth feel so clean and it's so much better for the environment. And there's no plastic toothpaste tubes. Do you know how many plastic toothpaste tubes are thrown out every year that end up in landfills and oceans? 1 billion. 1 billion. That is like 50 Empire State Buildings worth of plastic every single year. So Bite is reinventing it by making products that are good for you and the planet. The hero product is the dry toothpaste tablets. They come in these reusable glass jars, and the refills come in home compostable pouches. Come on. You pop one in your mouth, you bite down, you brush. It foams up just like regular toothpaste, but there's no plastic tube, no messy paste. My kids really love it, I have to tell you. I do think at first it's a little bit disconcerting. You're used to toothpaste being toothpaste. But then once you get used to it, you're like, I'm never going back. Never going back. They're made with clean ingredients. There's not harsh chemicals. There's no sulfates, which is a big deal in my house because I have a kid that's allergic to sulfates. And sustainability and clean ingredients are the center of everything they do. Certified carbon neutral, cruelty-free, vegan, palm oil free. All of the packaging and shipping materials are refillable, recyclable, or home compostable. It's pretty amazing, guys. And this is the future. You know what I mean? We need to do more things like this for sure. Bite is offering our listeners 20% off your first subscription order. Go to trybite.com/best or use code BEST at checkout to claim the deal. That's TRYBITE.com/best. I really want you to try it. And then once you get into it, you're never going to go back. Oh, Framebridge is the best. I love Framebridge. Guys, have you used Framebridge yet? And listen, we got to get on these Christmas gifts because Christmas is a-coming and we do not want to deal with this supply chain bullshit. And this is why Framebridge is the perfect gift for everyone in your life and also just for yourself. Art prints, posters, photos sitting on your phone, you Framebridge just about anything. This holiday season, Framebridge is the perfect way to give the gift that your friends and family are actually going to want to receive. Don't just give slippers. Give them something really special and personal, something only you could give. This year, you need to gift better with Framebridge. Go to framebridge.com and upload a photo, or they'll send you packaging to safely mail in your physical pieces. Maybe it's a Harry Styles concert poster. I don't know. Then you can preview your item online in dozens of different frame styles and gallery wall layouts. You choose your favorite, or you can get free recommendations from their very talented designers. The experts at Framebridge will custom frame your item, deliver your finished piece straight to you or anyone on your list. A handcrafted, personalized gift from Framebridge starts at just $39, and all shipping is free. Plus, our listeners are getting 15% off their first order at framebridge.com when they use the code OURBEST. So order online at framebridge.com or stop by a Framebridge store anywhere to work with a designer in person if you happen to be in New York, DC, Atlanta, Philly, Boston, or Chicago. Guys, I love framebridge.com, and I think you're going to love it too. So get started today. Frame your photos. Send someone the perfect gift for Christmas or Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or just the new year, whatever you celebrate. Go to framebridge.com and use promo code OURBEST to save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code OURBEST. Framebridge.com, promo code OURBEST. Where are you? Where are you cute people?
We're in Burbank.
Yeah, his
Burbank.
ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, my first boyfriend ever is a good friend now, and he's a professional sound mixer. And so I was like, hey, can we go use your pro mics and record our end of this podcast?
Yeah.
So you guys are going to get
That's
really
so
good sound for
great.
us.
Yeah,
It's going
we're
to sound
gonna-
like we're on a radio show.
Yeah.
You do. You're going to sound better than us. Caissie, what happened to my sound last week? I fucked something up.
Busy was very tired, and so she kind of like reclined on her bed recording the podcast, but then it must have like loosened her microphone cord.
No,
And
so you didn't get any sound? So what'd you do?
Our editor Josh is really amazing.
Hello. Wait, you know what though? Maybe there's something wrong with this microphone is just not recording.
You just show the other end of it, and you're like, this isn't plugged in.
She's been tucking it into her pocket.
Hello. No, you guys.
Like, it's not a pocket mic?
Hello. It's not working. Oh my God. I've never been more, well, I have been, but I am super.
Burnout? What's going on? What's it?
Burnout.
I don't know. What is that? Isn't that a thing now?
Yeah. No, I love it. That's just one of your.
It's my
one of your
terms that I've
topics
been
right
using
now,
the
I've
last
been, you've
2
been,
days.
you've, I've like absorbed it. I've been like, oh,
It's the
I have
new
burnout. I have
Epstein
burnout.
bar. I'm burned out.
Yeah. Wait, what's Epstein
I
bar?
have burnout. It's like
It was a white lady disease in the 80s, Jordan.
It was like B. Arthur had it or something. Or I don't know if B. Arthur had it or if Dorothy had it on the Golden Girls. But
Oh,
Probably
the
both
characters had it.
yeah.
But you know how it's like, anytime you're on a television show, well, you guys are writers, but they just like write your real life into the television show
Yeah.
after season 1 because they run out of ideas. So it's possible that both B. Arthur and the character
true.
of Dorothy Spornak had Epstein Barr, but Epstein Barr has been replaced by a myriad of other white lady diseases in the last
But
decade.
what's the symptom of Epstein Barr? Tired?
Epstein Barr was also known
Tired.
as chronic fatigue syndrome.
Oh my God. But who doesn't have, I was just talking about how anytime I eat any amount of food, I'm immediately tired and ready to fully fall asleep.
And then people will tell you, they're like, that's because you're allergic to that food. And you shouldn't be eating it. And you're like, well, it's everything.
Yeah, it's
So-
just food. Yeah, I guess if I just eat like protein, like chicken breasts, it does not make me fall asleep. It is mostly bread. Yeah.
It's I mean, listen, there used to be when I lived in Connecticut before I moved here, there was this van that drove around town that was like, sugar is drugs. Like it said it all all
God.
over the van
But they
or
were
whatever.
selling
Like
sugar too.
probably
Buy these drugs.
But I was kind of like, that person's clearly insane. Like they've dedicated their life to making sure that this town knows that sugar is drugs, but also
What's in
not
it for them?
wrong, not like
Yeah.
entirely wrong.
Yeah.
You guys, thank you so much for doing this.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Stephanie, I don't know how to say your last name.
Koenig.
Koenig.
Like Sarah
Like
Koenig from
Sarah
Like
Serial.
Sarah
Koenig.
Koenig.
Yeah.
Are you related to her?
No, but she's helped all Koenigs everywhere.
Yeah.
Pronunciation.
Right, because I'm sure before it would have been Koenig, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When I met
And
Brian,
so that
I
was
said
my
Koenig.
question.
Right.
Yeah.
She used to say she had switched it to Koenig officially at one point, even though it's always been
Because
Koenig.
Hollywood was trying to change me. And I was like, I guess I'm a Koenig.
But it's Koenig. It's Koenig. Yeah. Like Sarah Koenig.
I've been such a huge fan of the two of you in your comedy partnership for
my
so
God.
many years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back
You're
to
the
the
best.
early days of the gay and wondrous life of Caleb Gallo.
Yes. The early days.
The first kind of real
The
appearance.
first days. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I have a lot of questions for the two of you together and separately.
Yes.
But since you're together, let's just stick with the together ones. First of all, I want to know, are you guys do you consider yourselves like creative soulmates, creative partners?
I
for
think
life?
so.
Yeah.
We don't really talk about it, but yeah, actually, every once in a while we'll say something like that.
It must not be talked about.
Every once in a while, I send something deeply sentimental to Steph. And I'm just like, I'm so grateful that you exist. And and usually it is soul related, where I'm saying like, wow, I can't believe I found you in this life, where it almost feels like we've been meeting in various lifetimes and we're doing it again this time. Because it was so instant. And I remember the night we met, she asked something that was almost like, do you have, because you can either have room for a new friend in your life or not. And she said, and we were connecting so much. And she was like, are you, and I was like, do I have room for a friend in my life? Yes, I want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
And then we became best friends.
I was just going to say, we basically started working together to keep the friendship. Because, you meet somebody in LA and there's always like, I'll see you.
Yeah, you can just drift apart. Yeah. So we started shooting things in order to stay close.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you guys were on the same page about the soulmate thing, because I got like a little nervous that
oh yeah, if one of us was
one of you would be like, oh, I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah, I just feel like he's just one of those people that I kind of make jokes with, but there's other people in my life that I feel close with.
But I really love what you said about working together to be together. Like that's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels very much a part
now
of
we
our
don't
friendship.
have to do it so actively.
We hang out without making stuff,
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So you guys weren't like in a class together. You weren't like those people that like, we met at UCB level 1, or I don't know the classes.
Thank
but
God,
I
no.
assume
It's
that's
actually
what
like
it was.
sadder than that.
It is, yeah.
I love it.
Okay, we were 25 and we were hired actor. We had no career at this point. We had both done some stuff, but we weren't like in the system yet, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't think we had
And
fans.
We didn't have fans. And we were 25
parents, but other than
and
that.
we were the hired actors in a student film. UC Santa Barbara student film, yeah. So we were like the
Oh,
adult
got it.
actors that they were hiring to play the parts, and we had like been cast.
But by the way, can I just say, Brian, I know lots of people who went to like grad school at USC and stuff, and like real actors would do their student film.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
yes.
that-
yeah, I
yeah,
loved
that's
the UCSB
UCSB
film department, yeah.
Yeah, they were so sweet. They were very well. I think we did it because it seemed like they did do a good job at like.
It was fun. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
But
And
it, you know, it never feels like particularly something to brag about. To be like, Mom, I'm working on this UCSB short about New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
You know,
And we were romantic interests in the film. Yeah.
Oh,
which we
interesting.
never.
Which is not real.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the chemistry was.
The chemistry
Yeah.
was real.
Exactly.
I remember driving home actually after the first, because we had like all these scenes together the first day.
Uh-huh.
And really, this is so dorky, but I was like driving home and like playing music, and I was like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like I just remember like feeling like a big surge of like, this is something.
Yeah, and it was true. Yeah.
It's really cute.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
One thing that I love about the two of you, and guys, there's a lot of stuff that you can watch all over. You guys really cross-pollinate all different kinds of ways of doing and making and entertaining. And I so appreciate that as someone who feels consistently stuck in one lane of doing things.
Do you? I feel
Yeah,
like
in
you're
what
so
way?
many
Yeah.
lanes. Oh my
Well,
God.
I just mean that like I really am so constantly impressed by your creativity in your like using social media, both of you using social media for different stories and creating. I mean, Brian, I messaged Brian over the summer that well, I think it's the Rich Assholes on Vacation or whatever is my like that became my favorite TV show of the summer.
Oh,
But
we
before
love you.
that, like I was like deeply invested in Chardelaine and
yes.
that love story
Yeah.
and Tetrick.
Yeah. For anyone listening, these are all what would you call it?
yeah.
Just different storylines from my Instagram.
Right,
or our
yeah.
Instagram.
And
Yes.
Steph's too, like the crossover, like I feel like, but then also you guys are like, Stephanie's on The Flight Attendant. Brian, you like
Absolutely.
were on like the last several years of Will and Grace. I don't know how many. I don't really do research, guys.
Yeah, no. Good.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys do, like, so you guys are there, you know, in that world. But then you're like making your own shit on the small scale, and then you've been like the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
You're right. They're
making shows.
Yeah.
And now this feature that Stephanie wrote and directed. Did you guys write it? Wait, Steph, did you?
No. It's all stuff. It's her movie. I'm an actor in that movie.
Yeah, he's my lead actor.
You're multiple actors in that movie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I do play two very
I
substantial
wanted to stretch
roles.
him pretty far.
No, but Steph is an incredible director and writer. It's like,
I mean, if we can even say that,
it's so fun. We can. I can.
I
say
believe
that.
actually you wrote and directed this movie.
Yeah, and
Spy
edited.
movie, which
and starred
edited.
in.
And starred in.
and wrote some music as well.
Yeah,
I'm playing
you
all
did.
hats here.
Yeah.
Trying.
And the editing. I was telling Jonathan Kreisel that earlier today. Do you guys know Jonathan Kreisel at all? He's this great, but he makes all these he made
Baskets, Portlandia.
Portlandia.
Oh, yeah.
He's so funny, so great. And I was I was just telling him that your editing to me is like
the writing.
is kind of the big X factor.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Because she's so meticulous with her editing.
Is that something that's born out of, like, do you think making content online and through YouTube first, or was it something, it's just the way your brain works? Like,
I think it's a little both. So like so he had made, I hadn't known how to edit, only like iMovie stuff. He had made Caleb Gallo and all of our sketches. We started off with like sketches on YouTube that were like mini going viral.
Yes, yeah, that's true. 1 minute sketches, a bunch of 1 minute sketches.
Yeah, and then he made Caleb Gallo, and that was such a huge success. And then I had wanted to make this other show that I made with him in it called Stupid Idiots. Right. And he was like, okay, well, it was almost like you were like, yes, I'll do it. But you have to edit it and do all the work.
Right. I was like, I'll do it, but I'm only going to act in it. Because there's something, I think I'm changing as I get older, but there's something about like the clarity of roles that I like, where I'm like, okay, then you're my director and the writer, and I'm just here and I'm going to do, so that I don't feel like I'm having to help make it. Yeah, exactly. Which
I was going to say, I think that sounds amazing because I'm sure a lot of people get into creative partnerships where it seems like it's going to be like one way and then it turns out that it's actually another way. So I love that you're clear about it. I think that's really helpful.
Yeah.
Then he just showed me a couple tricks on editing and then I picked it up.
Oh God, yeah, she was a natural. It was great because I've been editing stuff since I was like 12. So I don't know, but yeah. And then she watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials, and now she's like the best like editor on Final Cut in the world.
Yeah, definitely not. When I call Final Cut because they have a pro call line, they hate me so much, and they it's so funny. Like they treat me like, because there's a call line, so I'm like, I'm gonna call you. I've got a question, and I love them. I like them. They're great, but. They basically I'll be like, hey, okay, so I'm trying to do this really specific thing that I know I could do. I just don't, there's not enough tutorials to, it's like I can't Google what this is. And it's like, I just want to touch this here, whatever. And they'll talk to me like, oh boy, yeah, you got to be a pro to do that. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, I'm a pro. I'm a pro.
Yeah, they talk down
and they're
to you.
like, yeah, no. I mean, I can send you a couple tutorials. And then I have to like figure out how to do it myself.
And then you
so
call
I'm
them back and you're like, big mistake, huge.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, or do you just have Brian call and then you, when they start telling him because they just assume that he's a professional because he's a man, you can be like, suckers!
I know.
Exactly.
I'm the one taking the notes.
I hand the phone back to Steph, yeah. And then she wins an Oscar for it, and she calls him back, and she's like, I figured it out myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the big mistake, is the Oscar for editing.
Are you deep on the message boards? Are you like, do you go, oh, okay, I was going to say.
Are you deep in editing message boards?
That is how I find out how to do anything.
Where
like
are they located?
You know what? I don't know because I've never tried to edit a movie, but I am a researcher at heart. So I'm going to find some and email them to you because I bet there are some where like a bunch of guys are dying to answer your question.
Yes,
yeah, I'll make sure I put like a picture of me first before I ask the question.
Are you deep into Reddit, Caissie?
Oh my God, I love Reddit. The only thing I don't like is, am I the asshole? Like I had to turn it off because I'm like, you're always the asshole. If you're asking, you're the asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Like, every person, like, I don't think there's ever been but one or two non-assholes in the history of Am I the Asshole? But
Wait,
I
what's
love
Am I the
Reddit.
Asshole? Is that a thing?
It's like where somebody
Yeah.
will be like, post a question on this thing that's headed.
and then the
header.
question is, am I the asshole?
Yeah, and they're
Ah.
like, listen, I told my sister she can't come to my wedding because she's too fat. Am I the asshole? And then
Yeah, we decided that "Am I the Asshole" feels like a troll.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
times.
yeah.
Yes.
A lot of times it feels like a troll.
Yeah.
I think it's a troll.
It feels
And-
like a troll to trick us, and
Yeah.
we're just like, I'm not. The internet's already such trickery. I'm only here for the funny stories.
Yeah.
Brian.
but
Same.
but
And
Reddit
Steph do.
on the whole, like, I know that it has like a scary, dodgy history, but I love Ask Me Anything. I think you guys would be a huge hit on Ask Me Anything. I
Hell yeah.
love the like Reddit skincare section is really I could lose days to it.
I've never gotten into Reddit at all because I'm scared. I'm scared.
Yeah. Well, also, it's kind of exclusive.
Yeah,
is?
it's true to be like a member of the community and to sort of like
I'll try to
be-
post stuff there, and they'll be like, "You're not in enough to post that yet."
I don't
Oh my
fucking know
god!
what anything
Have you ever
is.
tried to change a Wikipedia page?
No. But I
Oh my god!
gotta
I've
start.
never been put in my place harder than trying to make an edit to someone's Wikipedia page. Holy moly.
put in my place harder. Wait, Busy. Two things.
Yes.
Busy.
Yes.
This song that I'm so obsessed with that I got from you. What's it called? It's like, I didn't know it, and I watching the fall grease. You know that song? Divided the
You have 20 seconds
Hold on,
to
yeah,
answer.
I know. God, what's it? They're gonna have to cut this part out.
No,
But I
don't
listened to
know.
it on repeat. Is it Phoenix by Big Red Machine, Fleet
Oh
Foxes?
yeah.
Yeah. I listen to that song
That
constantly.
song is so good.
And also, I exercise a lot, but I feel like you're the only person that I know that exercises more than me. You exercise a lot.
You're gonna have.
How often
you're
you
gonna have the
exercise?
shock of your lifetime right now.
Wow.
I stopped working out.
Well, maybe that's
Totally.
good.
Like I literally have been 7 days a week for years.
Right.
And then in August, I had like essentially a mental breakdown
Yeah.
that coincided with a physical one. And my knee like was super swollen. And then I went to the Hoffman Institute, guys. And
Wait, what's the
What's
Hoffman
that? Yeah.
Institute?
Oh my goodness!
Is that a good
you're gonna have to
hospital?
listen to the podcast. But it's
I think this is going to be like the Hoffman Institute is going to be the subject of your next like series of Instagram videos.
Okay, great.
well,
Something
people
inspired by.
every time I explain to people what the Hoffman Institute is, they're like, "Oh, like Nicole Kidman," and I'm like, "Yes, I guess."
Like 9 Perfect Strangers.
I never
Yeah.
saw. I didn't see Nine Perfect Strangers,
Oh.
but it's like an
I'm into that.
immersive. It's an immersive experiential therapy week
Great.
long
Great.
program where you turn over your phone and computer and
That sounds
and you're like,
great.
Did you?
it's really intense.
I want to do
benefit?
that.
Yeah, I benefited greatly.
Highly
from
recommend.
it.
Yeah, recommend.
Highly recommend.
Okay.
I've
go.
said, and I've said it on this podcast. I've said it everywhere.
For a week, no phone.
No
I mean,
contact
just
with
that
anyone.
enough would like change my life. I mean, if I didn't have
Right?
my phone for a week.
It changes your brain, but it's like in all of the therapy that I've done, it's the single most effective
I love
thing
this.
that I've
I love
ever
this.
done to like really make a seismic shift in my
Yes.
brain and body. But they tell you, I was like sort of from August until I left in September for Hoffman for that week, I was still pushing myself, trying to work out as much. Like I was making it like 3 times a week, but I was in so much pain. And then Hoffman, they ask you to stop doing anything that you do as a routine. So I had to stop working out. And then here's the crazy realization that I had while I was there was that I don't even know if I said this
We're
on the
all
podcast, Caissie.
ghosts.
Yeah.
Well, they're all dead people. But that I had been sort of telling myself and the world that my working out was a vital part of my mental health, when in actuality, my working out was punishing myself.
Oh
Wow.
my God. That
Whoa.
sounds
Yeah.
like possibly
And was-
exactly something I need to hear.
I think my fiance needs to hear that.
Oh my God.
And was like deeply, deeply born out of a place of like self-flagellation and hatred.
Right.
So I haven't quite recovered to the point of like wanting to get back on the tramp, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I do like, I don't know. I think I will. at some point.
But the good news is, Brian, is you're the number one exerciser now.
yes, thank you, Caissie. The silver
No,
lining.
and the good news is that when I actually reach a more enlightened state, I'll get to work out less, which is good news for me too.
Well, I
because
am fully enlightened.
exactly.
I don't work
Stephanie
out a
never
day.
works out. She's my
I want
like.
to, though.
Well, you do sometimes, but you're like my North Star of. Apparently, North Star is very in right now to say, and it's caught on with
Yeah,
me too,
you've
so.
been saying it a lot.
I've said it
Yeah.
like
Yes.
7 times.
Yeah.
I like it.
But you're my North Star of like someone who is happy in their life and doesn't do exercise every day.
Wow.
And so I'm always like, well, then this has to be possible. Also,
Okay.
I'm wearing Stephanie's jacket.
And Stephanie, if I may say, you glow. You
Yeah.
look fantastic.
Yes, exactly.
You see, you
Thank
like
you. My gosh.
have an outer and an inner glow.
I would
so-
agree.
Put some highlighter on today, so that might be it. But yeah, no, I think like because exercise is interesting. Like they, in all the podcasts you listen to, it's like you have to move to live. Like you have to keep moving. Whether
Running
it's like
from
walking.
zombies,
to train for the upcoming apocalypse.
Yeah.
But so I have a lot of not too much guilt, but like thoughts that I'm like, oh, I shouldn't work out, which I do want to, like for my older self. Like
Right,
that's
she wants to do it for its like clinical health benefits,
Yeah.
but you don't need it for your mood. I need it for my mood.
Well, see,
Yeah.
also, Brian, I thought that too, but I do
Right.
think that there were other
not
things
true.
happening.
Yeah, in fact, I'm like giving myself a drug to help my mood come up when it's only down for other things that maybe could be solved in better ways than exercise.
But also, here's the other thing that I want to say. Yes, for your body as it gets older, but also, why did we all like decide that we needed to do such hard things and things that were so hard on our bodies? And then you see like Madonna is like cannot walk. You know what I mean? And like
yeah.
no, I mean I fucking love Madonna, but that
of
lady
course.
put her body through
Right.
like torture. She's
Yeah.
a professional dancer.
Right.
And then remember the hardcore yoga and stuff? I just don't know if
Yeah.
any of us need to work out that hard
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah, and
so
it's
maybe a
like,
little gentle
work out if it
I
makes
think.
you happy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Move the guy, like my new thing is that I'm trying to find, like I danced a lot at the Harry Styles concert, guys.
Hell
Huge.
yeah.
I just am trying to find things that like bring
Real
my body
organic
joy.
Yes.
movement
Yeah.
joy.
But that is actually like dancing in general. I will
Oh,
say, my
it's so
friend is a
healing.
dance movement therapist in Michigan
Yeah.
at this like clinic, like a psych ward clinic, and the impacts that like just moving your body in a way like you're like getting out so much emotions that are like
Yes.
stuck in you when you dance, and
Yeah.
it actually like does like anytime that I've danced, I'm like never in a bad mood after I dance. And never.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wanted to mention one of the things that I loved so much about the movie, a spy movie, is how many dancing jokes there were in it.
Yes, there's so much dancing.
Boom, boom.
Steph, are you a dancer? Were
Yeah, I
you a
used to be.
dancer?
Yeah, like a competitive, crazy competitive.
She's one of those people that can do
national
like
champion.
20 fouettes.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't as good as the dance studio I went at. I was I would say B level, which what we called I was B level, which did a lot on my psyche.
You're
But
A level
no.
here.
but yeah, no,
So you were like a dance mom's kid?
Yeah, I didn't. I would say moms were all pretty normal.
Your mom cared
Okay.
about it less than you did. Right?
Yeah, but the dance teacher was in like very like top notch. Made
Got
you
it.
do like we sorry not to segment. We'll go back to Spy, but it was like Monday through Friday. Right after school, you'd go to dance until about like 10 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock at night, and then Saturday and Sunday you'd wake up for like a 7 a.m. rehearsal and stay there from like 7 p.m. like Saturday, Sunday. It was like crazy. But anyway,
And did you
dancing
love
is-
it all? Did you love it so much?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, and like all my comedy and humor is like mined from all those dance. Yeah, like making people laugh with body movements, I think is
It's something we have in
And
common,
there's-
I think. Yeah.
In Spy in your movie, Spy
Yeah,
movie.
Yes.
I feel like there's lots of dance jokes, but there's also like so much good choreography.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
movement.
You really
Good
nailed it.
Fight choreo.
thanks. Yeah, fight
That- yeah.
choreography done by Stephanie Koenig.
Yeah. Did you really? You choreographed the fights?
Yeah.
No. That one guy
Did you not?
choreographed some fight, didn't he?
Which
In
guy?
the bathroom? Remember?
No, we did it together, but like as director, it was like blocking.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had not processed that as.
But I hired
'cause I
stunt
only had one
fighters to
fight,
know,
I think.
and you were just as good as the stunt fighters, but like to pick up the choreography like dancers really fast.
Yeah.
I mean, like the martial arts fighters in that scene in the alleyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
love that
Oh my
scene.
God.
I mean,
That was so.
Those guys are in Marvel movies, right?
yeah. One of them is like
Dallas
the
is.
lead in the next, some Marvel movie. I mean, he's insane.
Oh
But
my
they
God, that's amazing.
kind of choreographed it with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That's really
and then
cool.
the guy just dancing. I love him.
I know.
Well,
Caissie Fry,
he's I mean, do you guys know
Yes.
Caissie Fry?
He's
Not
like he's like
personally, but
he's
yes.
like almost like one of the great kings of the internet.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
because I think he was a Vine star and now he's just it's like if you're
famous for
deep
dancing,
internet,
funny.
and his he does these funny dances that are so he's truly one of my favorite entertainers
Yeah.
on earth. I just will watch. We'll just send each other videos of him for
Yeah.
hours. Yeah,
He was amazing. And besides the dancing, which was amazing, like just a number of visual gags, I really, really just appreciated, Stephanie, how much you wrote that was just like, I've been finding a lot of joy in like the throwaway lines and moments in things because it seems like everything is so done by a formula now, which obviously, like, I guess that makes sense, like business wise, like you have a successful formula, you follow it. But it's to me, because I pay close attention to all of these things, it gets really dull for me. My friend Steve Young calls it comedy damage, where from working in comedy so many years, I can't honestly laugh at things. I just say like, that's funny. You know,
right,
like I just
right.
analyze
like, that
it
joke
for
really
like
worked. Yeah.
It's like you know how the
Exactly.
math problem worked. Like
Yeah,
you know the
yeah.
math behind it.
Exactly. So there were so many moments in your movie that were honest to goodness funny because they diverted from the formula and made me laugh. So I was so appreciative of that.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
No one's doing it these days.
It's-
No,
And
people
I just,
really don't. I was lolling. I got a little high. Not gonna lie.
Hell
Yes.
yes.
I was a little high, guys, and I watched Spy Movie. So, Steph, I just am curious about the evolution of your process as a filmmaker. We talk a lot about pivots on this podcast, but I'm just curious, like, how you decided this is what you wanted to do a feature and you wanted to do a spy movie spoof, which, by the way, we have not had
For a
quite
bit.
some time.
Yeah, it's time.
It has been time. It is time, and I'm glad it's yours because I fucking loved it.
I guess my thought is that I just wanted to make I was like, well, I know I want to make a feature. And like Brian had made how many features? 3 features?
2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just kind of he's a little bit of a mentor in a way. But I had like seen him kind of go through it and see that like, you know, like a teacher in a way where it's like, well, this is doable. And I knew that I wanted to do something with Brian as the star because it's like 80% is like already taken care of when I put him in front of the camera. Because I'm like, well, if I wrote this poorly, you'll fix it. Okay, go. You know, but yeah, I was like gonna write. You know, when you're like you do your first feature and it's like, you know, the indie. And I'm like, I'm going to vomit.
Oh, my indie drama. Yeah, you're saying,
like-
what can I do that's not like some indie drama?
yeah,
where I'm
I
breaking
didn't
up
wanna
with
be
my
in
boyfriend?
apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
apartments, yeah, exactly.
I didn't want to be in apartments like talking about relationships.
Right.
I don't think I'm very good at that. Like I knew
right.
it would bore people.
Wait, also for the record, this is just a quick tangent, but Stephanie actually books so much drama work as an actor because she's so great at acting.
her IMDb credits are thick.
I know.
They're thick.
They are not.
Yeah, but I feel like, you're so funny, but also you're just such a great actor that you also book a lot of drama. But anyway, you didn't want it to be people just in apartments talking about relationships.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, Stephanie and Brian, because you've both sort of done this indie thing. I spend a lot of time talking to young people that are trying to like get into the business. Busy and I have had this conversation a million times where we're like, it's kind of funny when people are like, just make your movie, just make your thing, just get a camera. You know, what's the bit, Busy, that
It's Janixa Bravo on the panel. I think it's at Sundance or something. And like, do you guys know Janixa?
No.
She made the Zola movie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But she's an she's an actor and a filmmaker and stuff, and she just is like does this whole thing where she's like, just make your movie, just like get a camera, just like use your dad's house at the lake, just like ask your dad if like you can just like use his credit card, just use your credit card, just use your credit card that has the $50,000 limit, like just like the idea people say that like they like give those tips as if that's something that people can do.
Right.
Okay, we are here to say that it can be done for cheap.
Yeah, no, and props to Steph. Yeah, first of all, it's very cheap, but also props to Steph because she did spend way less than any real budget ever. Like
it was like $5,000 production budget, probably.
Okay, great, but
that's amazing.
But all I'm going to
Maybe
say
less,
is that's Steph's money that she has made from acting on television. You know, that's her hard-earned money.
But again, $5,000, and we had always, and the Kickstarter thing is there for peeps who like are like, oh man, I don't have $5,000.
Yeah, we've never done a. Yeah, we've never.
You don't need $5,000. You need I guess I lucky because I know a DP.
You're also
my fiance.
Yeah, her fiance filmed it. And he has an incredible eye. He's also a great actor, Chris Riggy.
He plays like the mumbling man guy.
Yeah.
Screw a DP and be your own editor. But no, it really is like you have to.
The more you know how to do, the cheaper it gets because we know how things should look. We just have learned that over the years, and we've also been blessed to work with a lot of really great DPs, and that are friends.
We don't have a sound guy. We're our sound people.
Right. We run sound on iPhones. We're picking up sound on iPhones that are strapped to people's bodies with ace bandages.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Saves a lot. It saves a lot.
And then we edit it ourselves. So it's just like, I mean, now you are getting a colorist and a sound person, but that's almost the first time you've done that. But yeah.
So it seems like you're just really willing to jump in. And like you said, Brian, you've been doing this editing and making little movies since you were like 12 years old or something.
Yeah.
Has there ever been something that you've been intimidated to jump in and try because you're like, well, there's, this is an independent movie. I'm funding it myself, but it's like real. And there is some real money like sunk into this, your money, Stephanie, that you worked hard for. So does that ever make you scared to try something? Like, I'm going to fuck this up or...
It's funny. It's the opposite. Because it's my money, I'm less scared.
That's like how I walk out of movies at movie theaters if I don't like them because I'm like, I paid for this. I can just leave if I don't like it, Do you guys ever do that? I walk out if I don't like a movie, I walk out because I'm like, well, I pay. Like nobody else is taking the damage.
You're in control of your own life,
I don't remember the last time I saw a movie.
I was gonna say
you should see Dune in theaters. It's so good.
Is it so good?
I loved it.
My kid's obsessed with T. Chalamet, so maybe I'll take my kid to see it. I don't know, guys. I saw your spy movie, so I think I'm good for my quota for sure. But that's what I'm saying to you. Like, I think especially during this pandemic time. First of all, I find the golden age of television to be like vomiting. Like, I hate it. Like, it's too much. I don't know what to watch. I can't even I don't know where to find anything. Therefore, like, what I watch you guys do online is legitimately my favorite. Those are my favorite TV shows.
So
I get so excited. The fact that
I know this is amazing.
It is my favorite thing. And like watching your movie stuff and like Steph, guys, by the time you see it, it'll be color corrected and whatever. Whatever. But she sent this thing.
The color looked great.
The color looked great, Steph. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe save that money.
It's going to look even better.
Yes, it's going to be on your YouTube channel December 10th, right, Brian?
Yes, youtube.com/Brian Jordan Alvarez on December 10th. Steph wants to put it on my YouTube channel. It's not.
Oh my God, I really want
idea.
to because it's
just has
a
lot
network.
of followers. Yeah, it's like a.
It's my ABC.
She puts stupid
it's my
idiots
CBS.
on it.
Yeah, that. And then Steph, can I ask a question? This is also for young people that are trying to do what you're doing, that aspire to do what you do. Like, when that movie comes out on December 10th, like, what is your hope that will come from it? Like, what's your fondest wish
that's a great
for the life of that movie?
Oh my gosh. Well, big viral. Everybody, I just want everyone.
Big viral.
Big viral. Oh, big viral.
Come on, big viral.
Come on, big viral. That really is our lives. Come on, big viral. Every single thing we post. Come on, big viral.
So basically, the reason we're creating any of this is because I feel like our specific brand of humor, we've been trying to get it through in the mainstream, and it is hard and long, and it takes forever. And like, honestly, even if I finally, the hope is to never do a movie like this again on my own budget. The hope is like a studio movie. But I had to do this first because if I had made some of those jokes on my script, like send that into a studio movie, like no, they'd be like, "This is you're terrible, you suck." But I have to like show that
you have to shoot it and edit it, and then you realize it works.
To be like, I swear it's a working formula. So basically, want it to be a working formula where enough people, because it's free, like people love it and like really get it. Like a bunch of people, so it's like a proven thing to like the studios. Like, no. This works. It's like Halloween. The movie Halloween, no studio would buy it. They were like, we're going to put it out. I was like, oh my God, this is me. I am these people. But like no studio would buy it. And then they made it, they like put it in random theaters in cities to like see how it would do. And it did so well. And then they kept every like Halloween the next year. They were like, this is a proven model. But basically,
They did that with Big Bang Theory too. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, the truth is, yes, but I mean, I fully feel you. The thing is, though, it is you're so fucking good and you're so talented, and I do feel like, I don't know if you guys were just like two cis straight white dudes that like you'd already have. Do you know what I mean? Like you'd already have like some huge thing. With some big corporation.
I try not to think about it too much, but yeah.
I know it fucking bums me out. So like,
absolutely.
Yeah, there is the thought of like, God, if like a dude, like a cis white dude made this movie, like I wonder how far it would get him. But I think,
are you kidding? He would be directing the next fucking Marvel movie.
That's the goal. That is the goal.
Right. You should be.
Yeah.
Or at least an episode of Girls 5 Eva next season.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, in an instant. Oh my God! I just started watching the show. By the way, I love Peacock. I love the show. I'm so shocked at it's like you're so funny in it. It's the Tina Fey thing where it's like all of a sudden you just have like so many jokes per minute.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, how do they do that?
Yeah.
It's
I don't
so
know.
great.
It's crazy.
That's just how she is. She's
really
like
how she is.
She's a machine.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Well, I do want to say something for people. We already got to see the movie, which, that I feel very grateful. It's such a perk of doing this podcast. But for people who are wondering if you want to watch it, and Stephanie, if you hate this comparison, I'm so sorry because comparison sometimes is. But I found for people that have been watching Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin and Martin Short, I found like it sort of pushed those similar buttons, like similar comedy buttons to me, like the joy that I'm missing in so many of the things that I've been watching. I recently watched Only Murders in the Building, and I was like, yes, this is funny, not because of like the main jokes in it, but because of all the smaller details.
Yeah,
and your movie was just funny. Plus packed with a million smaller details, exactly like you're just talking about with Tina Fey, by the way.
You.
So I encourage people to really check it out because it's just like, it might have had a small budget, but you just really jammed it with really funny stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I mean, that's part two with all the actors in it. Like I'm very smart in like hiring like the funniest people around us.
Yeah.
Like that is, and I just let them go off, I'm like, do whatever. Like I love, it was great how many times people showed up and didn't know the lines. That was also a really fun kind of thing.
Because then you can just improv more. Yeah.
But they're able to be free.
And I do think that there's something really incredible about like how you guys have built over these last, I don't know, however many years I've been watching your stuff. Like a little troupe of actors and performers that you just keep, coming back to because you guys have such a good, working relationship with one another, and the stuff just sells. It's so fucking funny. You guys are so funny together.
That makes me so happy.
And I was so happy to see Jack Plotnick in.
Yes, Jack Plotnick.
Yes.
I love Jack Plotnick.
There's so many great people.
I know.
He's so great, and he always like, to me that's like the legitimacy cherry on top of anything funny.
Absolutely.
I know. I mean, I was just so floored that he said yes. I was like, oh my God, thank you, Jack.
Oh, I'm not. He's smart. He knows.
He knows
what
good
he should
stuff.
appear in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I wondered if you had any thoughts about Spy Movie 2. If you have like a whole franchise in your head.
Oh my God. I would do it instantly.
Yeah. It's like I would do the thing about making a movie, the hardest part about
Is
making a movie
hauling
is that
equipment around.
you're a construction worker.
That's the hard part. You turn into a construction worker.
Yeah.
It's not even the money that you sink into it. It's literally carrying 50-pound
Every day.
tripods around.
The props and the tripods.
Yes. I mean, if you had a camera behind what was happening and you saw how we shot it, it's like
Guerrilla.
It's a camera. It's just a camera, maybe some lights sometimes, but usually just a camera and the actors.
But Chris and I would literally pack our tiny Mazda 2 like full of props and full of all the light gear and the extension cords, just all of it.
Extension cords.
Yeah, the car was just such a mess. But and then as you're driving and it's so much. We had like
and
a
just
couple,
getting that many people together. That's one of the hardest parts about making something.
And the feeding. So like if I could do a sequel, if I could do a sequel where I didn't have to worry about like feeding people and lugging things around.
Yeah.
Sequel will be in the mix. Oh my God. We had a couple, luckily because we had a couple fans, like there were a couple production assistant people that came. Every once in a while they would show up and it would be like,
they were
hold
so
this,
sweet.
please.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but luckily because we had a couple fans is one of my favorite.
Luckily we had a couple fans at the time.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do. When I worked, I was telling these guys earlier that I worked on Watch What Happens Live. When we first started that show, we had only 4 people worked on it.
Wow.
And so I would invite friends of mine to be like, do you want to come and like hang out at the show tonight? And I would be like, go make 50 copies of this.
I do the same thing.
And then I remember my friend Callie being like, did I just enter? Was I just
I work for you now? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Wow,
I
I didn't know that show started so small. It's such
4 people,
an American institution at this point. It really is.
Yeah.
It's major.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, it's come a long way.
But you guys could also think of Spy Movie as the Watch What Happens Live of
Absolutely.
feature films.
Of films.
Yes.
It is.
Feature
When people
films.
ask us, we'll be like, well, in a lot of ways, it's the Watch What Happens Live of feature films. Yeah.
You guys could probably auction off opportunities to do shit for you.
Oh my God, totally. Wait, isn't that what GoFundMe
Somebody
is?
else was saying this the other day.
Wait, I don't get it.
You guys,
Oh,
I would fully buy it. I would pay for a part.
GoFundMe is people just give you money, but I think you could do something even beyond GoFundMe. where
Wait,
you
and
could
how
be
does it work? They pay.
For the low price of $1,000, you can get our lunch.
Oh, interesting.
That
yeah,
is
it's like a bit of
insane.
reverse psychology, huh? And people are like,
Yes.
you're right.
That
I
feels like
should
a little bit like a religious kind of cult. Kind of
You've
thing.
always
I
dreamed
don't
of
know.
working in the film industry. Come brush my hair.
Oh my God.
For $500.
No.
Oh gosh. You know what was really hard? You know what was really
Just
hard during
saying.
shooting this movie was we started before COVID and then had to film after.
Yeah.
Wait,
my
what?
God.
Yeah. It was like
there are scenes that are a year and a half apart.
Yeah, it's like
where
a
we,
real
walk
big
from
movie.
one room
We
to
had to do-
another. Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. That's what I've always loved that about filmmaking is you never know. Like if somebody is walking from one room into another and it's continuous, they might have been filmed a year and a half apart.
The whole
It's like, did he get older?
the whole beginning we had a couple actors say we had shot before, so and out of order. So we had a couple actors say
And out of order, mind you.
Yeah.
This film, we're not shooting in order.
yeah.
I'm just laughing because
crazy?
that's so normal.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, long story short, they were like, no, I don't feel comfortable. It was the summer during the first summer of COVID.
Yeah, which of course makes sense.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to figure this out. So I had to rewrite a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, shot with stuff is 6 feet
everything was
apart.
outside. Yeah, so it was just a mind.
You were constantly figuring out new and inventive ways to I mean, there were times definitely when it felt like it was not going to get finished.
Yeah, but
then-
we got
Yeah.
everybody tested. We put we
you're
had to be
super
6
safe.
feet away from every. It was
Absolutely.
hard.
Super safe.
But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, nobody got COVID on our set, which was really nice because there
thank
wasn't
goodness.
anybody on the set. to get Coke.
Right.
You know that like there's like a charity event. Like I was writing that charity event being like, this is the time I'm going to pull on all our fans. I'm going to get like 100 fans to like show up. Meanwhile, COVID happened and I was like, okay, I need 7 people to spread out.
Oh, yeah.
And act like you guys are at a huge event.
Yeah.
but
And
there's
then that's
7
why I
people.
say that line where I'm like, this guy's talking to me and I'm like, you didn't decorate for this party. And I think that's a power move.
Oh, yeah. Because we just party.
It's really genius. I want you guys to play like a billionaire couple as well.
Oh,
like
that's
a tech
good. Can I write that down?
Yeah.
We sending you
Tech
royalties
billionaire
and stuff.
couple. Like maybe going through a divorce, like a Bill and Melinda. I don't know.
I love that. That's really good.
Yeah.
Tech billionaire couple going through a divorce.
That's it.
Yes.
Here, yeah.
I just feel like
And
you
then people
guys
can really
get
visualize
that.
us as extreme
Yes.
billionaires. Yeah.
Wow.
We'll
More
manifest
you
that
than
for
me.
them.
I feel like I look at you and you look like an extreme billionaire.
Well, people think I look like Elon Musk these days, which I'm always like, interesting. But
Yeah.
does it mean
You look-
I don't see that.
Elon Musk
don't
and
see
Jimmy
the Elon
Fallon? Yeah.
Fallon, I see a little bit, I guess, like back for a long time ago.
Yeah.
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 For
Stephanie,
him,
When he
you
was
must get
20, like me.
it's funny, like
you must get that you hear like that you look like a million people too.
just any redhead, yeah.
Ariel, yeah, any
Jessica
redhead.
Chastain.
Jessica
Bryce Dallas
Chastain.
Howard.
Oh,
Right.
just all the redheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, who were you thinking of? You weren't thinking of Jessica Chastain?
I was thinking of Ariel the mermaid.
Oh, that is great.
Absolutely.
awesome.
Ariel the mermaid, like Megan the Stallion.
I was thinking, the mermaid. Ariel, the mermaid.
I remember The Little Mermaid as a gay guy is so like the outfits when you're growing up. You're like, oh my God, she's got like just like
cupping,
a
the
shell
cups on the
bra and like a
breasts, yeah.
gorgeous like tail. It was everything I wanted to be. And my mom actually
Same
bought
with
me a
little
Little
girls,
Mermaid
yeah.
doll, and I was obsessed with it.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh! And now
I
you
was
can get
obsessed
the
as well.
now you can get the mermaid tail to like lounge on your sofa.
I have one.
I know. You really do?
Oh, yeah.
Is it one of the ones that's really hard to get into or really easy?
Like the
to
silicone.
Is it the silicone one?
No. It's like the one. It's like the adult version of the kid one that my kids had, and I got jealous.
It's
and
plush.
I ordered
It's
the
like
adult.
soft.
It's not. It's made of like bathing suit material, but
Gotcha.
it's hard. You have to get the fin. The mono fin is the thing that's hard to get. You have to- it's hard to get your feet into, and then you and then you shimmy the mermaid
Can you swim
tail
with it?
up. Oh yeah,
It's a swim.
I mean,
oh
I
my
sink,
God.
like, but yes,
I feel
you
like
can.
I would sink with that thing. Yeah, that'd be.
You do, I
terrifying.
mean, it is hard. It's hard to get that. That's a thing that's like crazy to me too. People get them for their very small children, and I'm like, these kids need to be strong swimmers. It's
Yeah.
not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Because we're not dolphins. Yeah, we don't swim.
Because
like
we're not dolphins.
We were
Stephanie,
talking.
no.
We were talking before you hopped on, Busy, about the Salem witch trials thing, where they put alleged witches in the water, and they would say
Oh, right.
if they float, they're witches, and if they sink, they're not witches, but they
Right.
drown. But actually, that
then-
would work with mermaids. They could be like, if they float, they're not a mermaid, but if they sink, then they can swim away and live their lives.
Yeah, they should.
Not that anybody's ever
true.
accused of being a mermaid, but
The mermaid trials
Yeah.
of Massachusetts of 1970s
Mermaid Trials
Massachusetts.
of Long Island.
yeah. Big mermaid.
Well, Daryl Hannah. I mean, Splash gets really dark at the end of
Oh
that movie.
yeah, wait, what
does.
happens? I used to watch that growing up.
I don't know. Eugene Levy like flips the fuck out and is like really psychotic, and he's like holding Daryl Hannah in this like tank, and it's all like dirty and
Oh,
full
I
of like
remember.
yeah, and he's like it's really creepy
Wow.
and weird.
Wow.
I think I blocked that out. I don't remember that.
Yeah, they're like writing the script. They're like, should we just go really dark?
Just go for it. But yeah, they did, and like nobody remembers that.
Oh my
Everyone's like,
god!
splash. Yeah. like,
And then
it's just
cut to
all
trying to
fun.
show your 11-year-old the movie, and you're like, oh my
yeah.
god, this is
I don't remember
really
this.
fucked up.
The
And
whole
Birdie's
thing,
like, I feel like this is like not dealing with the consent that, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ, okay.
I was gonna say overall dark.
Overall, very dark.
We grew
Overall,
up
very
with dark
dark.
movies. We grew up with
Yes.
such dark movies.
The Dark Crystal.
Yes.
You loved that one.
Dark Crystal. Speaking of
You could be a gelfling. I could see you as a gelfling.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was into gelflings as a kid.
I
I
didn't
was into
watch
the
that movie.
Skeksis and all of it. I was just like, this is awesome.
I didn't
You
watch
are
the
very
David Bowie one
skexy.
either. Is that the David Bowie one?
No, that's Labyrinth.
That's
Labyrinth.
I didn't-
Labyrinth,
I didn't-
yeah.
Also very, very, very weird.
Also
I had some
weird and dark.
Yeah. I think I grew up with like a wrong perception of like men because of that movie. Because I was like, ooh, I want an older man to trap me and like be bad. Like all the time I was like, ooh, I just like thought that was such a cool story. I was like, wow, this guy like came into her room,
have
stole
seen
her,
TikTok.
told her
Yeah.
he loved her.
I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen TikToks because people talk about how attractive David Bowie is in
Yes.
the movie.
Yeah, he's
Apparently
hot
that's
in the
like
movie.
a thing.
But
that
she's
people-
like
Yeah.
16.
Yeah,
It's so strange.
It's gross. It's like you listen. You cannot poke too hard at anything from before like 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like any song you ever
That's
like.
so
you start,
well phrased. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
like just a
Just like-
great sentence to kind of have.
Can't
Yeah. Really, because that is.
I mean, even The Little Mermaid is so fucked up.
Yeah, it's so fucked up. She's fucking like
Absolutely.
trapped by her dad. We've had this talk before too. Like
the dad.
Ursula's just trying to do business.
Yeah,
Like, you know?
Ursula's just a businesswoman. Also, she like gives up her voice for a man.
Yes.
Right.
No,
and
yeah.
he's like, "That's great. That's perfect. I love it."
Yeah. Yeah.
we had a whole
exactly.
bit about that with it's like if you really wanted someone to kiss you, you would just be like
Oh
she
yeah, we made a
never
sketch
does
about that. Yeah, we would just go.
like he's like, what are you
fuck her up.
trying to say? It's like you can do the lip kissy thing.
Yeah. Maybe that was taken from her too. Maybe she can't even go.
Yeah, they should have put that in. Ursula's like, and no.
Oh,
my
guys.
gosh.
Well, listen, I'm very excited for your next Marvel movie that you're
Yes.
going to be. I really hope that, Steph, for you, that this like gives you some budgets.
Yeah.
Where you
That'd
don't
be
have
so
to.
cool.
And
Where you don't have
Yeah.
to carry the equipment.
Absolutely.
And even if like it's not, I just want to say, even if it's not within the confines of like a studio system, because maybe sometimes it's not for us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like maybe the stuff you want to make is better suited like from somebody an independent person recognizing your fucking genius talent and giving you like $5 million to make a movie. Do you know what I mean?
I would love
Instead of
that.
like
Yeah,
I
and
just
there
feel
are
like-
people for whom that's not a lot of money, and yeah, maybe we can.
yeah.
let's
that is
find
a
those
lot of
people.
money.
Yeah,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Come on, we should do
Fuck
that.
I know
that
I should
guy.
reach out. Yeah. Busy? Are you in the Marvel universe yet? I feel like if not, I feel
No.
like you're gonna be in it.
No, I'm
soon.
She's
not.
not even in
Yeah,
the
I know.
universe of watching one.
Yeah.
You don't
know
watch
what
them.
it
Well, I
is.
can't follow them.
I
I'm
follow
just
them.
like,
I don't. It's.
what is happening?
I don't even.
You have to know
And I
so
don't-
much from before to know what's going on.
I heard that Harry Styles is now in it. I don't. I think everybody's in it.
You're next.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
next.
Well, you know what's so
Yeah.
funny? So Michelle Williams, my best friend,
Yes. yes.
previously in our relationship, when we would go out in public, people would get really excited about seeing me and be like, not excited to see her, but just like she's a movie star that does like Oscar nominated
Right,
small
right.
indie movies
Dramas.
and like
Yeah.
dramas, and it wasn't like the same reaction in public
Right.
spaces.
Right.
And then I just, for the first time post Venom, have been, because there was also I was about to say the apocalypse, but I meant the pandemic. There was also the pandemic since Venom came out, right? So
Yeah.
I have not been in public with Michelle since Venom. And we were getting a glass of wine, and the guy that brought the wine was like, all of a sudden he was like, oh no. And he walked away, and I was like, Michelle, post Venom, the people love you. Like people in the world know who the fuck you are. Like normally it would be like, one person would like
Right.
come up to Michelle in a
That is really
and it was like, yeah, just like the server now was like who was bringing the wine over was like, oh my God. It's like just wild how fast and how
That is
it
so
changes your
cool.
profile to like the general public.
Yeah. There's so many different kinds of fame that I think I think when you don't I don't know, when I was a kid, I just did not know that at all. But being in Hollywood, you're like, oh yeah, there's a million different ways to be famous. And like you're saying, like you can be an Oscar winner and not be recognized almost ever.
Yeah.
Or you can, you know.
Like I always test it. If my dad knows this person's name, they're like, they've made it.
Right, exactly. But your dad probably, yeah. And I think about that with my parents. Like I think my parents probably, if I said Jennifer Lawrence, they wouldn't know who that was. But I'm like, no, that's one of the biggest movie stars in the world. You know? So it's like, there's just so many different, it's like people that are even mega famous are only mega famous to the people who know who they are.
Well, and I think especially like with YouTube and sort of the democratization of content and entertainment and like living in this space of like everyone who wants to be the Andy Warhol dream realized, you know? Like people do have so much more of a cynical view of what's actually
legit.
worthwhile. And like what is legit.
Exactly. I know, exactly. Yeah, and I waver between being like, between buying into what's legit and then just being like, well, no, as long as you're doing your work that you love, that's the only thing that really is legit. You know?
Absolutely.
But this is what I'm saying. I spent a long time in my career wanting to be whatever, it, you know, legit, like ushered into the club.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I didn't.
This is good. We need to hear this. Yeah.
It like never occurred to me that like I was in the middle of the fucking club. It was just a different club.
Right.
And it was like, honestly,
we need
way
that.
more fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to
and
hear
a
this.
lot more people that I liked.
Yes.
And a lot more freedom. And so fucking what? Your club sucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
there's
that's
not
all.
It's like, what is the club? Like,
sorry, no, and the club's just like tricky because that other thing is just, you know, based on an idea at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
no, and even if you're in the club, you still feel left out of the other club that looks more fun when you're from the inside of
That's true.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right. I think so much of entertainment is inherently built on rejection. For anyone to be in the club, that automatically means like 20 people were turned away.
Right. For a club to even exist, that has to
So I think it's very confusing. Even I think when creative people, and I think people have gotten a lot better at it, and you two are certainly great at it, but I think even when creative people try to support each other in a friendly way, it sometimes is difficult because there's so much history and there's so much rejection and there's so much celebrating when your friend lost out on something. And so it makes it all really complicated. You have to be like, really have your head screwed on straight.
This is all very soul soothing to talk about. Yeah, absolutely. I love hearing this. No, and we were talking about Tina Fey a little bit earlier because I'm obsessed with Tina. Like I'm like, I worship at her feet. And her, I heard her on Smartless, and I don't want to misquote her, but she said something like, they were like, what do you think you'd be doing if you were coming up now? And she said something like, oh, I would go straight to the internet. You know, I would just put my stuff directly out instead of having to get it through all these avenues. And it just made me feel really happy that because I love her work, and it's like, oh, great. So she's saying if she was me now, she'd be doing what we're doing. And that makes me really happy. Yeah. You know?
I think that you guys are doing exactly what everyone who wants to like make stuff and put it out, like, I don't know, you're doing the thing. You're doing it. You're not, there's no other, it's not like, I guess that's the thing I'm trying to say. It's not like, she's not saying like, that's a choice. It's like, I would be doing the thing, and the thing would be what you guys are doing.
I love that.
The thing is what you guys are doing.
I love that. Yeah. I have sometimes said to Steph, like, we have a lot of this, we have a lot of success on the internet at this point, and every day that actually grows in value because everything just becomes more and more. It's like everything on Netflix now is a web series in theory.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like patting ourselves. I'm like,
I have a question though.
You absolutely should.
You should for sure, fucking 100%, because I mean that's part of the reason why I feel so fucking invested in both of your careers. Like truly, for however many years. How many years? I think before Cricket was born. When was
6.
Caleb Gallo?
Caleb Gallo came out in 2016.
Maybe
so
7?
that was Wait, no, that was
okay, so
5
cricket
years
was
ago.
cricket was around.
Oh, but yeah, 5 years ago.
But it was before that. It doesn't matter. The point being, I really do feel invested in both of your
Thank you.
careers and the stuff that you make. Also, will you do like just do a series for me of the rich assholes? Because I'm obsessed with them and I love them so much.
Oh, wait, the plastic surgery people?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we need to do. Oh, we're seeing Michael later today, and Chris will be there too. We can make.
They're my favorite.
Do you want us to make one
I
where we're
love them
talking about
so-
how we're fans of Busy Phillips?
No.
We're talking about how we were listening to the
absolutely.
podcast.
We have
Yeah,
do
you actually that would be really
Just-
exciting.
that would.
Or maybe one of them is name dropping you.
Yeah, yes,
One of them's
yes,
like,
yes.
well, I was
Oh, of
I was
course.
asked to go to
Yeah.
a dinner, and of course, Busy Phillips is going to be there.
And you know it's a
okay. That could be
important dinner if
good.
Busy
We could do
Phillips
that.
is there,
Just
yeah.
a very
the full
subtle
moon.
reference, so you know it's for you.
I love it. I just want to. I mean, I just love those guys so much.
Yeah.
Where were you guys on vacation? In
Greece. We were
Yeah.
in Greece. Yeah. You got us.
I think that's your next movie is set in Greece.
Yeah. Santorini.
We should maybe next if we do something again for not a lot of money,
I wanna
we
go to
could at least
Iceland.
up it by being in a stunning location. Yeah.
I have a pitch for you, but I'm
Yes.
not going to do it right here. I have like an actual fucking pitch for you.
Oh, great.
All right.
Oh,
I think
Give
it would be
it.
really good.
You could do it right here. I can write it down if you want. But if
to
you want it
think
to
about
be
how-
private, it's okay.
well, no, I mean, this is our podcast. No one else listens to it.
Not true.
A couple of years ago, I just like wanted to do this thing a few years ago, and I could never figure out how to do it because I'm not. I don't know. I just can't do stuff like that. And,
Yeah, you're
I
like
mean, I
it's
can
called
think of some
Forrest
things.
Gump.
Guys, essentially, it's Forrest Gump. No, what I wanted to do, Caissie, you'll remember this, I think. What I think would be amazing, is
type.
like a horror movie / like kind of like War of the Worlds thing that takes place on a boat, like the kind that they do on Below Deck. You know, like one of those
Wait, a
like
yacht?
chartered,
Yeah.
like a chartered boat for
Yeah.
a week.
Okay.
But my hook was that my pitch that it's like that it's otherworldly or aliens or something.
Yes.
Because I don't like people murdering people.
Yeah,
It's
same.
not-
No, me neither.
that upsets me.
Yeah, same.
But my pitch was that, like, I was trying to tell Danny McBride to do it with me, that it's like real people and we shoot it and then we post it on Instagram in our stories, like in chunks.
Oh, so people think it's really happening.
Yes, but then also you can follow, like you have to go to other people's to get to other sections of it. Like, so like you would have to go to Steph's
Makes
Instagram
sense.
stories to watch her. It's like a choose your own adventure
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's really smart,
Very
guys.
modern.
If you want to figure out how to do it with me,
That would be great.
Oh my God, I love that.
and then we could just be on a boat in Greece
Yes.
doing it for a week.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, people have to go from story to story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The
On different
trick
profiles.
would be like you would have to like sell it beforehand
So
before
people
you
know
started
it's coming.
posting it.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, you could also
even that
post them on grid, like on your. You don't. They don't just have to be just in. But you think stories are even more organic
'Cause you have to
it's
be
like
there?
it's really fresh and only lasts for 24 hours.
I don't know. I thought it would be so. I mean, you have to save the whole thing and then you cut it into a movie, into a feature after.
Oh,
But, like-
yes. Okay, great.
How people edit all the Godfathers together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
Oh,
did
yeah,
that
like
last
the
night.
one long.
Yeah.
A 5-hour snooze.
And it'll have that vibe, definitely.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, the lighting will
just
be
love
similar.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
but are all the Godfather movies like
They
congruent, like happening at the same
re-edited it.
time?
Yeah, no, they re-edited it so it would, like, so that. Yeah, somebody was just telling
What do you
me.
mean? Originally, it wouldn't work together?
No, they like put it in like a timeline kind of
in like
thing.
a
'cause the time jumps back and
chronological-
forth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
the
are
time
you
goes-
allowed to
I don't-
talk about
I've
the
never
show you
seen
just
any
did?
of them.
Yeah, I'm allowed to talk.
She just
about
did a show where it's about the making of The Godfather. She plays the casting director of The Godfather.
Yeah, it was
for
great.
Paramount Plus.
it. Oh my God.
That's
Called The
amazing.
Offer with Miles Teller and
Yeah,
Am
Juno
I allowed to
Temple.
say all this
Yes.
stuff?
And Juno Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's,
Stephanie
Wait,
plays
is
the
that-
casting director.
it's gonna be amazing. It's insane.
Was Colin Hanks in that?
Yes,
Yes,
very
yes.
much so.
Yeah.
Stephanie has these really beautiful nails because of that show.
Oh yeah, they made me.
She used to always have like the kind of nails that are all the way bitten down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you have long, beautiful.
like
Oh, they're
70s.
coming off tomorrow. I cannot stand it. You can't. If you have fake nails, you can't pick your
Caissie
teeth.
has long, beautiful nails.
they go right through the toilet paper.
You have to. Oh,
Right through the toilet paper.
Casey, no, they don't. Who wipes with their nails?
like the claw.
If you're not accustomed to them, then
What? I don't know.
I'm just saying.
But
All right.
You got to be safe.
You can't. Do you
They-
bring toothpicks or like floss after you eat?
I have those things, but
Yeah.
I don't. But I've never been I don't know.
You don't know how to
I
toothpick.
can't pick my teeth with my fingernails anyway
Yeah, because it's gross.
because
Yeah.
I'm a germaphobe.
Yeah, well, you're right. It's
So there's
disgusting.
that. This whole part is not going to be on the podcast.
Yeah,
but
good,
anyway,
Beautiful.
okay, let's finish it
Okay.
so we can let you guys go.
We're going to go have a big lunch after this.
Yeah, big lunch, and we'll talk about the
great.
show,
Big
the future
traditional
of our
Burbank
show.
style lunch. Yeah.
Oh, I love
That
it.
sounds like heaven.
Burbank. Yeah.
Well, Steph, listen, if you wanna write that movie on the yacht, I'm with you and direct it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now we know that we can use your name and use you for financing. We're gonna do.
Yeah,
so much.
we're getting it done.
People have used your name for worse things, I feel like.
No shit, Casey. I was gonna say people have used my name in all kinds of fucking ways. I would be honored.
No, yeah, but that would be
We're
really
gonna try to
fun. A
use
week in Greece, shooting a little
Yes.
thing.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, get the yacht.
Wouldn't it be?
Oh,
Yeah. That could be great.
let's do it.
Amazing.
Guys, I'm in. I'm in next summer
Hell
in
yeah.
Greece.
Contract.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We're
The
in.
verbal contract.
Well, we love
In the
you both.
meantime, follow Brian Jordan Alvarez on Instagram so you
Yes.
can watch the many creative things
Yes.
that he
The
and
characters.
Stephanie are the characters.
At Brian Jordan.
they're all-
Alvarez on
Didn't even get
Instagram.
into Eric
Yeah.
from the salon. I can't.
Oh my God, Eric
yeah.
from the salon.
Eric from the salon on my Instagram.
Rebecca Miller is such a fucking cunt.
I know she's had a renaissance lately. She's like back and she's like, what's it called when people are out for blood? That's the phrase I'm looking for. She's out for blood.
She's insane.
And then put in your calendar right now, December 10th on Brian's YouTube channel.
Yes,
Thank you.
youtube.com/Brian Jordan Alvarez. December 10th,
Subscribe.
a spy movie. Subscribe. Written and directed
Subscribe,
by
download.
Stephanie Koenig.
Yep.
Yeah. Subscribe, download, and also share it with like as many people
Yes.
that you know that you think would like it.
The
Because
same
that's how
humor.
something goes come on big viral.
Exactly.
you
Big
know?
viral.
If you
Big
ever, if you
viral.
love our stuff, always the best thing you can do is share it with a bunch of people. Yeah.
Thank you so much. For
And
having
Stephanie
us.
Koenig, you're the best.
Genius.
Bless you. Oh,
You're
this
very
has been
talented.
amazing. Thank you.
And
both the
I'm
best.
very excited to watch what you both do in the future.
lot.
And I'm also excited to get stoned again on December 10th and watch Spy Movie again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, put it on a big projector.
And I'm going to send you an email and I'm going to be like, that color was so worth it.
Yes.
the
yes.
sound too. Oh, it's gonna
Yeah.
blow your mind.
That color and sound mixing.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Chef's
it's a real movie.
Mwah.
Yes. We're so grateful.
You
and
guys,
honored.
thank you.
Such a
guys.
pleasure to
Really.
talk to you. Have
Thank
a
you,
great
guys.
Burbank style
Okay.
So
lunch.
good to talk to you.
Bye, guys.
Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
Bye.
Again, guys, Spy Movie, December 10th, YouTube. Brian Jordan Alvarez, Stephanie Koenig. You've seen me repost their shit a bunch if you follow me on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, that's weird.
How'd you even
What are
get
you doing here?
Yeah.
How did you find out about this?
Seems
going on?
weird.
Wait, so did you listen to any of the Supreme Court hearing, the opening statements?
I did, and I was reading. Yeah, I was reading along with some attorneys who are trying to like parse everything.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it definitely does seem like perhaps. I mean, Kavanaugh is such a fucking joke. Don't you think?
We're.
I mean, he's like a fucking joke.
yeah, I mean, we really got ourselves into a bad position by
A pickle. It's
we
a pickle.
got ourselves into a pickle by not
It's a
understanding that, you know, that this would happen. You know, it's really hard even when people like I saw someone the other day being like, you know, Democrats control all the branches of government right now. Why aren't we? And I'm like, no, I mean, it doesn't work that way, you know? And so us not understanding What is going to impact something else down the line is how we end up with Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court. And
Alito's a fucking idiot.
And what are we
He's an
going to,
asshole.
what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to do? That's our court.
I don't know. I started crying and then I had to turn it off. I was like walking through the city, going to get my COVID test and listening to it. And then I just got really upset and I had to turn it off.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like this situation can be rectified.
Yeah.
It's going to take so fucking long.
It's going to take so much work and so much energy, and it's going to take so many people, and it gets exhausting for, I think, the people that have been out there for years doing this, trying to drag everyone along, sort of, I don't want to say kicking and screaming, because kicking and screaming is not the case. Kicking and screaming would at least be some sign of effort on the part of the people being dragged,
For sure.
So I just think that we've had people who have been out here trying to educate us, trying to rally us, and trying to get us to all go in the direction that we're supposed to go in. And it's just, we're America, we're like cats, we're just fucking like trying to herd cats. And so it's,
I like that. Should we put that on a t-shirt? America. It's like trying to herd cats. I'm in.
It's just
true.
It's just wild. So now, in addition to like this shitty Supreme Court, where everything hangs in the balance for reproductive rights for people with uteruses, we also are like in a place where like firefighters and police are resigning because they don't want to get vaccines. And I'm like, don't threaten me with a good time.
For real.
Okay. All right, guys. Bye.
Seriously. It's fucking nuts.
It's wild.
And that's why like Pete Davidson holding Kim Kardashian's hand at Not Scary Farm feels like the fucking simulation is broken. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, it's enough simulation. Enough.
Yeah. It's
We hit the fucking wall, okay? We get it.
yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
We're done.
You're going to just keep going. Just keep serving up things that we have to wrap our heads around. It's a lot.
You think it could get any more absurd? It can get more absurd. We're going to show it to you next. The absurdity will not end.
And you'll be interested in it despite yourself and despite how much you want to say you're not at all interested in it.
I like Mark Herron,
Yeah.
the Center for Reproductive Rights lawyer. He's fucking smart. But anytime Elizabeth Prelogar, anytime any woman speaks, right?
Yeah.
Alita's like, bleh.
Well, yeah. It'll be interesting. I mean, I guess by the time you all hear this, because we're recording this on Monday because Busy's working tomorrow on Tuesday, and then this will come out on Wednesday. So by the time you'll be hearing this, I guess we'll know more and we'll know more of the highlights. But it's hard not to, it's hard. And it's been confusing. Like I saw one attorney say, like, this is what I do for my job is follow the Supreme Court. And I find this argument really difficult to understand. So if you're finding it hard to follow, don't feel bad, because obviously, like, that's the point. And it's a lot about precedent, right? It's not, it's more about legal precedent, I think, than it is about like reproductive rights, really. The argument is because yes, essentially. Yeah.
Right. Well, in SB 8 in particular.
Yes. And then,
which is why I think they may go back on their decision. I don't know. For SB 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just saw Kim Kardashian's Halloween costume. It's weird. It's like we dressed almost identical for Halloween. I didn't realize. I didn't realize that she also was doing cowgirl.
Oh, cute. That's cute. See, you had your finger on the pulse of the broken simulation.
She was a cowbot.
A cowbot?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Okay. I mean, I will say with my costume, I didn't do a cowboy hat because, first of all, my head is very big.
Bigger than most cowboys?
I mean, I will say this. At that vintage place, I found a cowboy hat and it said it was an XL and it like sat on top of my head like
a tiny fedora?
Like a little tiny fedora. So,
so no cowboy hat for you?
No cowboy hat for me. Also, like, that's just too much commitment.
Yeah, I get that. Okay.
A hat is too much commitment for me.
Okay.
Because then you're wearing it the whole time. My head gets hot and sweaty and I don't know.
Yeah. Our friend Sierra Ornelas Teller, who is the creator of Rutherford Falls, also on Peacock, she had a short thread about parents and Halloween costumes that I loved so much because people were really going off on parents who are dressing kids who are too young to know better as things that obviously the parents think are cool. So whether it's like some music artist or some like obscure philosopher or whatever, people are like, just let this baby dress as Spider-Man. Like that's who this kid cares about or whatever. But Sierra was like, in addition to this, if your costume is more elaborate than like your child's costume, you have a problem. And she was like posting pictures, like calling being like, this is wrong.
Wait, I need to see this.
Like what you did was wrong about like a mom that like made her whole family dress themed like around her as the star.
Well, yeah, of course.
It made me laugh so hard. So like if you're dressing like Snow White and then your kid is like a Gus the mouse, then you're fucked.
I saw some cute family costumes up in these streets here. I know what she's saying though. That's funny.
Yeah. Sometimes, it's a mom sees her opportunity to shine.
I told you about that crazy thing that happened at the kids' old elementary school.
I don't think so. What?
Where like they would legit, I guess, for years and years, the school had like existed for a long time. And they would do a thing at Thanksgiving where like the parents would come dressed as like pilgrims and like, I'm putting in air quotes, guys, Indians. Like,
oh God, yeah.
Right. Like that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that.
Yeah.
And there was this one mom that was like so fucking pissed that they had stopped doing it. And I was like, why? What's the deal? And this other mom is like, the mom had older kids.
Yeah.
And so they had stopped doing it by birdies, like it was like done for the year that, right. Thank God. Right.
Yeah.
And the mom was like, oh, because she's got a really good slutty Pocahontas costume.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Like she's like a really sexy, she's got like a sexy, and so she's upset about it because
she can't wear her sexy, offensive costume to her child's school.
Yeah.
That's
I was like, guys.
Is brutal.
That's
brutal.
Brutal. But people be brutal.
Yeah.
People are brutal.
People are brutal. We never talked about what we're doing our best at this week. Are you doing your best at anything? Were you trying to get out of it?
No.
Am I like the kid reminding the teacher that they forgot to give homework?
What did you do? What did you do your best at?
Well, R.I.P. Prius, in case anyone was worried about.
No.
She's gone. She's
We
gone.
lost her?
We lost her. She didn't make it. So that's sad. We have to go get her personal effects out of her. And but she's gonna be divided up for parts for other people that need them for their Priuses. So that's good. But that also sucks. So we're just trying to like live with impractical transportation in my house right now while we figure out what we're gonna do. And since just trying to be like fucking responsible and do stuff that we need to do, like deal with your dearly departed car. And we were I feel bad. I hope he's not listening. But also like get some repairs made around the house. And so we had to get something like repaired in our backyard. And the guy came, and it was just like such a funny situation all around, because he came and he was kind of like the dude like from The Big Lebowski to do some like electrical repair in our yard. And we had asked ahead of time, like he's going to be working outside and it was warm outside. So we said, can we have anything that you like to drink? And he was like, yeah, I love lemonade or like Gatorade, whatever. So we got some like bottles of lemonade, Gatorade. We had them in the fridge. So he showed up and he was like the dude, but he was like shirtless. He had no shirt on, and he was he wearing shorts? I don't know. But it was just so funny just to look at my like husband and two sons like watching him work in the backyard, and they were like it must be so cool to just be so comfortable with your body that like you could just like go into someone's yard shirtless. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I kind of liked it. I was like, is it weird to be glad that our unhealthy hang-ups about our bodies, like, is that equality now that everybody is hung up on their bodies?
The equality is that none of us should be hung up about our bodies.
Exactly. But in the meantime, before that happens, are we allowed to laugh a little when our family is looking at a shirtless guy and being like, I wish I could just
wistfully
walk around with my shirt off. But so anyway,
God, that would be so nice.
He was out there working, and he was like, this is going to be a really quick job. And I'm not even kidding. I went to sleep at my husband went to work and like returned home after a 10-hour shift, and that person was still in the backyard. And like I fell asleep before he was done. I was like, I gotta go to sleep. Can someone stay awake until like this guy who's
what were you having done?
Some like electrical stuff. And so I was like, I'm like, I can't stay awake like a second longer. And so Eli and Matt were like, we'll stay up. And so I guess he left like after midnight, and he just like had been out there like working his ass off in the sun and then in the night. And then the next day we were all just standing there like talking about like how long he was there. And then I was like, well, I'm glad we got him that like lemonade. But then the boys at the same time were both like, he never came inside to use the bathroom. So now they're like convinced that this guy was like secret peeing in our yard somewhere.
Oh, he probably did. Of course he did.
I would think so. And then I was like, maybe he peed in the lemonade bottle. I don't know. But all I know is that he worked his ass off. He gave us a really good price on the job that he did, less money than we expected. And I'm like, he could have like peed into the keyhole and I wouldn't have even cared, because he really worked hard and really charged us a lot less than I expected to pay. So anyway.
Okay, but so wait, what are you doing your best at?
I'm just trying to like get the stuff done that I need. This is like a hard thing for me to like, if like when I grew up, like if the electricity in my house broke, you just would live without electricity. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to like rally myself to do these things, to like, if something needs doing, to just like get it done, And so I feel like that's a sign of maturity and responsibility, to just be like, yeah, the guy's coming. It's going to get fixed. I was like, I might have to leave the house because it's going to stress me out too much, but I didn't. I just stayed in the house. And that is clearly something that a lot of my anxiety hinges on, is like, this thing's broken, this thing's not right, this thing's not working, then like not knowing what to do about it. And then I just totally shut down, which is weird, because like if it was a TV show, I'd be like, oh, here's what you do, here's what you do, here's what you do. But when it's like adult things in my adult life, like a broken Prius or like electricity that needs updating, I'm like, I don't know how it gets done by magic. I don't know, So anyway, so I feel happy about that. I feel happy that just am like getting stuff done and not letting it go. And I know it's weird and people probably think that that's not a big deal and like a simple thing, but like for me, it is not simple and it's like very anxiety producing. And like I kind of just lived through it. And the worst thing that happened is maybe someone peed in my yard.
I mean, I don't even think that's that bad.
No. I mean, I would.
Animals pee in your yard all the time.
I would pee in my yard if I had to pee
same.
and I couldn't get.
If I had to pee and I couldn't get inside, I would pee in your yard.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Guys, who wouldn't pee in a yard? One time I had a friend who had like horrible diarrhea and she like could not make it home. She lived really far away from where she had been. She couldn't make it home and she was like, it was like nighttime, like kind of late. And she literally like pulled over in a street and like pooped in the street.
Oh my God.
It was not me, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Not that I even like, not that there's anything wrong with it. Are you kidding me? I said to her, I was like, why didn't you go to a fucking gas station? She's like, ew, a gas station bathroom. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
You just
like
turned
what?
A
You just
street
pooped in the
into
street.
A gas station
like,
bathroom.
What? I've pooped in more gas stations in my life than I could shake a fist at. Like I used
that
when I
IBS
was at the height,
life.
Yeah, no, truly. When I was at like the height of my IBS symptoms or whatever, like I knew every bathroom in Los Angeles.
Oh
like
my
I knew
God.
everywhere I could go in and use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And that one car dealership that I like destroyed the bathroom, like wouldn't flush, and I had to leave. I was like, "Get the fuck out!" I just
Oh my
ran.
God. One time Matt saw at the Westport train station, he saw a businessman get off the train, go to his like fancy car in that parking lot. If you ever want to be like a car thief, you should go to the Westport, Connecticut, Metro North parking lot because it's just your choice of like luxury cars. And he just saw he was waiting for me and he saw a businessman get off the train with his businessman briefcase, go to his luxury car. Let's say it was a Lamborghini. It probably wasn't a Lamborghini, but like a Porsche or whatever. Open the door, look around left and right, and then just pull down his pants and like poop outside the door of his.
No, he did not.
Yes. And I'm like, the train station has a very nice bathroom. Why,
Wait,
sir?
that's insane.
Why?
That's like an act of defiance or something. That's like an animal act of defiance. I think in my friend's case, I think she panicked.
It was an emergency.
No, she like panicked and was like, I can't make, like she like had like an emergency. But I do think that there's something psychological about that.
Oh my God.
That guy's like Patrick Bateman or whatever.
In high school, my friend dressed as Gumby for Halloween, and the costume was genius. She made it out of like, do you know that like they don't have it so much anymore, but they used to sell that like green egg crate foam for your bed?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she took two pieces of that and cut out like a Gumby shape and like put the pokey parts in, put the like
I actually have seen a
spiky part-
Gumby costume like that. Yes.
Oh, there you go. Okay. But then like stapled it all closed around herself and she had a poop emergency but the costume was stapled closed and she pooped her Gumby costume and it like ruined made the entire night because we spent so much time debating whether we could pull apart the Gumby costume so that she could go that by the time it was decided it was too late and she had already shit her Gumby costume.
Oh my God.
And there's
that
no
is
coming back from that.
amazing.
Unsalvageable.
That is amazing.
So what are you doing your best at?
I'm doing my best at just doing it. just doing it and just continuing to do it. And just walking through.
I think what you said about Harry Ween was like, you were emotional because you couldn't get anyone to go with you a little bit, maybe, but you went. It sounds like you enjoyed yourself and you met some fun folks and you didn't get COVID. That's all good stuff.
Yes. Yes.
wearing a vintage costume you made.
Well, I
yourself.
I hope I didn't get COVID, so we'll see.
Well,
but I hope I didn't.
knock on wood so far. Knock on wood so far. No
Actually,
COVID.
speaking of which, I should check my test because I took it today for work. Tomorrow I work tomorrow.
Check it.
we'll see.
It could be a big
Should we do it
reveal.
live? Live
do
on
it-
here?
Do it live on the podcast.
What day is today?
Monday, November 1st.
Oh no, I haven't gotten it back yet.
Oh.
One pending result is waiting to be had. Is it negative?
I want to tell you something funny. Was it last week or the week before? You said that your sister never listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
That may be true, but you know how like on Instagram sometimes they ask like brands are doing like a giveaway and they ask you to tag like 3 friends or whatever. She tagged your mom, the podcast, and like her work in a giveaway. It made me laugh so hard because I was like, well, she follows our Instagram at least.
I mean, I guess that's something.
I hope she wins whatever it was.
But she like never posts anything.
No, she doesn't. She's just strictly using it for
She hasn't posted anything since 2019.
She's using it for the sweepstakes.
Well, that makes sense because she's an extreme couponer.
Super couponer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense. That's hilarious. She definitely does not listen to the podcast.
I was like,
My
at
mom,
least-
however,
at least
my mother.
I know your mom
loves
does.
the podcast.
I was honored after you said that Leanne didn't listen to the podcast. I was honored that she at least followed our Instagram.
I think it still counts for something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, to me, I mean, I love
Sure.
Leanne, so I'm just honored that
too.
that she followed the Instagram. But only Leanne can use the Instagram to enter contests, though, guys. You don't do it. Don't everyone do it. Because then I'll get all the notifications.
Oh, well. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
That's a perk of being busy sisters that you get to tag the show's Instagram in a contest. But if everyone does it.
Wait, listen. I had one more thing I wanted to tell you. I talked to our friend Marcella Kroll.
The best.
I had a reading with her
Oh,
over the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, she's incredible, guys. If you don't follow her, she's a spiritual, psychic, intuitive, witchy vibe lady.
At Saved by the
She
Spell on Instagram.
Saved by the Spell. She does great readings. She's just awesome. Anyway, I had a reading with her and we were just like going over some stuff and whatever. And then it got to like be the time for cricket.
Yeah.
And she's like, pulls these cards or whatever. And she's like, oh, this is like weird. Like, I'm just getting like this Tom Petty, like, okay. Like, you knew that song Free Fallin' by Tom Petty? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, you know the part with like the skateboarders? And I was like, oh my God, Cricket is a professional skateboarder, isn't she? And she was like, I don't know, like I feel like she needs to drop in. Like I just keep hearing drop it. Her body's really strong. She needs like, anyway, all this to say, Cricket has legit been asking for a skateboard for like, I mean, almost a year now.
Yeah.
And we're getting her, she's starting her lessons. She's going to do lessons.
That's so exciting.
But like half pipe,
yeah.
like fucking skateboarding.
Yeah.
Like I want her to drop in.
Yeah. That's so exciting for Crix. I'm so
I know.
happy.
But also, don't you feel like she is totally like on a half pipe, like overlooking the San Fernando Valley?
Oh my God,
listening
for sure.
to Tom Petty.
For sure. Do you watch the show Betty's
No.
on HBO? It's about skateboarder
No.
girls. It's really good.
What? Real
Yeah.
life or fake lives?
It's kind of like kids vibes, real life. But so it feels like
I don't. That's the worst to me. I hate that. I prefer a documentary, or I prefer something that's like heightened.
Yeah.
Like a Euphoria, you know?
Yes. I think you might like it just.
All right, I'll try it. Wait, but you know what I did start? Speaking of, I started it yesterday with Birdie. So, you know, I've been like really struggling with all of these, like watching those fucking YouTube videos.
Yes.
Whatever. And like nobody ever wants to watch anything I want to watch. This is why in the interview with those guys, I was like, I don't watch fucking TV anymore.
Right.
You know, like there's no television in my home.
Right.
It's just YouTube videos. And like, so I just watch Jordan Alvarez.
Right.
on Instagram. But anyway, I don't know. I was sitting with Birdie. Merc had taken Cricket somewhere. And they were like kind of just like absentmindedly on their phone. And I just turned on the TV and found this documentary. It's called The Way Down.
Oh, yeah. Chrissy Teigen produced that.
God, Greed, and the Cult of Gwen Shamblin.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yes.
First of all, I took a picture of Gwen Shamblin to send to my friend Mary Elizabeth Ellis, because I said to Mary Elizabeth, guys, if you don't, do you know who Mary Elizabeth is? She's on It's Always Sunny.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's in the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, I know from the preview.
Okay.
She's married to Charlie Day.
Yeah. Okay.
You know who she is.
Yeah.
She's a great actress, and she's just a wonderful person. But also, as I was watching that documentary, I was like, there's no justice in the world if you don't like procure the rights, make this into a feature film, and star in it. Because like she should totally play. I was like casting it the whole time I was watching it.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
But it is so good. It's fucking nuts. It's like Danny McBride's Righteous Gemstones, but fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's
like,
wild.
You think that his show is like over the top in the plot? Like, this is bonkers.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
You have to watch it anyway.
Yeah,
that's my point.
everybody watch The Way Down.
Oh, but then this was the best turn of events.
What?
Birdie is sitting on their phone next to me watching TikTok, and then all of a sudden I looked over. They had put their fucking phone down.
Whoa.
And they were like super engrossed in The Way Down. And then we watched 3 episodes together.
Whoa.
I know.
Thank you,
and I got so
Chrissy
excited.
Teigen.
Yes. For making a documentary that I got to watch with my fucking 13-year-old. And Cricket and I watched all of season 1 again of The Babysitters Club.
Oh.
And then we started season 2. And I gotta tell you, that show is so fucking good.
It's so good. I haven't started season 2 yet, but I heard it's better
really
than
good.
season 1.
It's great. But also Cricket, drop in Cricket. But also Cricket was like, why'd they change Dawn? I was like, they didn't change Dawn, baby. All the girls, they had to wait like a year because of COVID.
Yeah.
All the girls have like grown up. She's like, Mom, that is a very different girl. I was like, it's not, honey. No, honey. They just grew up. They grew up. She's like, Mom, there's no way. That is a different girl. So I was like, I'll just like pull up IMDb.
Yeah.
And show her. They replaced her. It's a different girl. The original Dawn got cast in a Marvel movie.
Of course.
And so she had to quit the series. She couldn't go back to the series because she's filming her big fucking Marvel movie. And so they replaced her with a new Dawn, who's also adorable and great. They're all great. They're all adorable. Mark Evan Jackson is fantastic.
He's so
Everybody's
good.
great.
He had the line of the season in season 1. The one about
Which was?
The one about the Queer Eye guys.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's so great. He's wildly talented,
great.
Mark Evan Jackson, and wildly nice.
And our friend, our dear, dear, sweet friend. All right, Caissie, I'm going to go.
You
I
gotta
think
go.
I missed
You
third grade drinks, but whatever. It's
well,
fine.
I
I
mean,
think it's okay.
yeah.
I think it's okay.
You already passed third grade.
True. That's true.
All right, you guys. We love you. Book club's happening.
So soon.
Yeah, send us an email, follow us on Instagram. Thanks to everyone who's downloading. If you're not downloading, please do download. We notice when you do, and it means so much to us.
I mean, Caissie notices and then tells me, and then I'm like, that's great.
It's very helpful.
Guys, be well out there. Take care of yourselves. Keep being vigilant in your protecting yourself from COVID, because I just have heard of so many people who have gotten it, including my friend who is really sick, even though they were vaccinated.
Yeah.
And I just am like not feeling that vibe for any of us.
Yeah, don't catch a breakthrough case because you need to be well to see Busy in the Thanksgiving Day parade in 3 weeks.
That's right. And I love you guys, and I just want you all to be well, and I want your families to be well, and be well. Yeah. Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best.
Oh no.